What up, low? What is good? What is the deal? None other than our guy, Joe Morley. There we go.
What it do? What it do?
Man,
What's happening with all the people, man? You here for all good, bro? You already know. That's why you got me here, man. What's happening with everybody, man? You are here for another edition of Good Morning Raiders with you guys, man. Jay Raider here on the left, man, and you got Raider Rundown here, man. As y'all saw, we getting the intro right, getting that funky music together. So make sure y'all keep tapping in. We're gonna continue to get that thing right, but y'all just got a little sneak peek of what we was over there working on. Shout out to my guy Jay, man, for putting that shit together as we do, man. But how you doing today, on Saturday morning, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Limited sleep, but we ready to do the damn thing, man. Got daddy duties, man. Sometimes that's how it goes, you know. But we ready to go ahead and kick it off. We do have a lot of things to talk about today. Raiders all in. Looks like on Geno Smith. So, oh man, I can't wait to talk about that for sure. Really quick, I appreciate everyone tapping in with us on Saturday morning. And if you are new, make sure you guys head on over, smash that subscribe button, click those thumbs. We appreciate you guys joining us on this Saturday morning. Thanks for everyone tapping in real quick. Since I'm having difficulties with my mouse, I think you're going to have to go ahead and steer the ship today.
Say less. You already know what time it is, man. Before we do anything like that, before we bring our very, very special guest on, and I've been waiting to talk to this man too, but before we do that, we got a $5 holla in the building, man. Appreciate our guy King Street Brody, man, for kicking the show off right as we do, man. Rundown, what's happening, man? Raider Nation, what's happening, man? Salute to our guy Brody for kicking off the show how it's supposed to be kicked off, man. Thank you, appreciate you, big dog. But always, man, not only just the super chats, man. We appreciate everybody in the building, man. Like my guy Chris, family, man. What's going on with you, man? Saturday morning grind. Have a great show, fellas. Everyone hit the thumbs, man. Appreciate it, family. Make sure everybody go tap in with my guy, too, man, for Protect the Shield. My man, Mario Jr., man, can't lie. We're having a pretty good off season. Can't wait for draft day. That is true, Mario. Now, if you tell that to some people, you know, you're going to get cussed out. But as of right now, bro, you in the right place. I feel right at home with you. I'm right with you. Tyler A., man. J and Nation, salute, man. Salute to you.
Salute.
What's going on, bro? Where's the flag, my guy? Right? Spy and Pete and Tom are killing it. Oh, you already know what the deal is, bro. SoCal Sal in the building. What's the deal, man? Dre for show. Salute to my guy, man. Rosetown Native 707. What's the deal, man? Robert Pena. What's the deal, man? We got all the people up in here. Last but not least, of course, my guy Raider Nation Jason in the building as well. But as we continue, man, as we doing all this stuff, let's go ahead, bro, and let's just bring out our special guest. Let's not wait no longer, bro. Let's not wait no longer. We're going to go ahead and bring our special guest out to the fold, man. Y'all seen him. Y'all have subscribed to him, right? He be breaking down the film, breaking down the signings, whatever the Raiders do, he's giving y'all a full breakdown on it, man. But we got none other than our guy, Raider Alex, in the building, man. What's the deal, big dog?
Salute.
Hey, what's good, bro? Thanks for having me on.
Man, of course, bro, man. And like I said, I've been looking forward to talking to you as well. Been looking at your content. I know some people up in here look at your content as well. But it's gonna be a real good conversation, man. But just to start it off real quick, right? And then I let my boy Jay get in here as well. As a whole, right? Where are you at with the Raiders offseason as a whole right now? Like, you know, if you just had to sum it up in a few words.
Overall, I'd say it's been a solid offseason so far. I wouldn't say it's been great, but like a lot of the moves we're making, like I like the Geno Smith extension that we just got done. Didn't, overcommit when it comes to money, guaranteed money. Only he's going to be under contract for like 3 seasons. Overall, I like the move. I just feel like the theme of this offseason is they're doing a lot of moves that are giving them flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not really, tying down to many players long term. And overall, it's been a solid offseason. Now we'll just have to see how the draft goes. If we can do well in the draft, then it'll be a really good offseason. But overall, I can't complain too much about the offseason thus far.
No, for sure, for sure. I mean, Jay, you got what you got for him?
Oh man, I mean, we knew what was coming, and it happened. I'm glad that it's done. It's over with. It gives us a couple of things. It gives us clarity, peace of mind. Now we know that we don't have to fumble around and look for a quarterback next year or the year after that. Geno Smith is going to be here with us at least through 2027 as of right now. I'm 100% behind that. I like his style of play. I looked at his tape. Everything looks good. So I'm ready to see how the season unfolds. But first and foremost, we got to get some help for this man, not only on the front line, but also some more weapons for sure.
Jesus. We need that 100%.
We need that. We need that. I know my man's Ray Alex here. He put out a video the other day on Geno, and we definitely going to go ahead and talk about that. We're going to break down that contract.
I got a question for both of y'all though before we do that. Where would you rank Geno Smith as far as quarterbacks in the league? Where would you rank him at? I'll start with Alex, of course.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I would say, he's definitely middle of the pack. I have to look at get the full list of the quarterbacks to give you like an exact number, but he's definitely, I'd say right around like the 13th to like 15th best quarterback, somewhere in there. And you kind of look at his contract though, like how much he's going to get paid, a per annual basis. That's essentially what he's getting paid. So that's why I think it's a pretty good deal for him. He didn't overpay. He's not getting paid, top 10 quarterback money. So that's right around where I put Geno Smith.
And that's the whole reason I asked that question and going into it, because we're about to talk about the contract in detail. But the whole reason I asked that is like, bro, if you're telling me that he is the 15th, right? And if he's real, 14th best quarterback in the league, and then we look at his contract and he's getting paid like the 15th, almost 16th best quarterback in the league, then you're essentially you're paying for what you're getting. That just is what it is, bro. Like we understand what he is. Now, if he outperforms that and he plays like a top 10 quarterback, then at that point you say, well, we got to steal, because you're not paying him like no top 10 quarterback. I'm not expecting him to be no top 10 quarterback. I know there's some people that might be, but I'm not really expecting that. We just need, like you said, baseline 15, 13. If we get that, we'll be better than we are already, I think, from last year. But go ahead, Jay. How we gonna go ahead and break down the contract, man?
Let me go ahead and pull up that thing. So really quick. All right. So as far as of right now, I haven't had a chance to check up over the cap or spot track, but right now Geno is extended for 2 years, $85.5 million with $66.5 million guaranteed. That is going to be on top of what he has now. So it's an addition. It doesn't rewrite it per se. I know that we were talking about that could happen, but it looks like what the Raiders are doing, they're just going to go ahead and extending him through 2027. He'll be a free agent in 2028. So he's getting his 31 mil this year, getting that $60 million bonus. And I think that's the part where it's guaranteed for this year. And then next year, that hasn't been fully disclosed how it's going to go ahead and be spread out. So it'll be interesting whether they're going to front load it, which we hope. Let's say, for example, it doesn't work out with Geno. We can go ahead and essentially get out of that contract by late year 2. And that way, year 3, we can go ahead and plug in whatever quarterback we had drafted this year to go ahead and take over at that point. Or we sit Geno down, whatever, however they want to go ahead and run it. But essentially, we can go ahead and get out of that contract, hopefully in year 2. So we're interested to see how they're going to go ahead and really design up that contract.
So the just by the way that they structured it, and start with both of y'all, what does that kind of start with Alex. How does that? What does it tell you by the way that they structured it? Kind of what were your feelings and thoughts like when you saw the way the contract was structured for Geno? How much money we gave him, things like that. You know, kind of where did your head go after that?
Yeah, I mean the way they structured it, I mean it's he's basically going to be the quarterback for the short term, but they didn't also tie themselves long. You know, I was just a little bit, a little bit scared just because after we traded for him, I felt like we were probably going to get the deal relatively done soon, but it kind of dragged on for a little bit. And I wasn't sure if there was a holdup on the money side, on the guaranteed money, or if he wanted more years on his deal. You know, I was just scared that we were gonna, pull
Raider it up.
Atlanta
Yeah, I
Falcons.
know what you mean. It was gonna be a Raider fumble. I already know.
Yeah, but like you see last season, the Falcons, they signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, I think it was $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. I was scared we are gonna do something like that, like give him damn near $100 million guaranteed. But essentially what this does, I mean, he's gonna be the starter maybe 1-2 seasons. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if he plays well, then you play out the entirety of the contract with Pete Carroll, these next 3 seasons. Or kind of like you mentioned, I mean, $66 million guaranteed. Let's say, he doesn't play too well in next season or the year after, then, it's not going to be a huge financial burden if the Raiders want to move on from him. So that's kind of how I see his contract.
Yeah. For me, it's like I definitely see an opportunity to get a quarterback as well. Like this, I don't think some people were saying, oh, you got Geno for this money. No need to draft nobody. I don't share that sentiment at all. If there's a quarterback there, bro, this contract didn't give me no inclination like, oh, no, we're not going to be looking for no quarterback no more. Like, to me, it looked like, yeah, we believe in Geno for the right now. But at the same time, we do have to understand that this man is like 34. I think he's going to be 35 this year going into it. And then by the time the contract is done, bro, he's 37, 38, right? Like, we don't know how well he's going to be performing at that age. Now, yes, granted, I'm seeing all these other quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers 40 and Brady's 45, but that's Aaron Rodgers and that's Tom Brady. I don't know what Geno Smith is going to look like at 37, 38. So for me, bro, like, and then y'all can take it away. I think that you got to get a quarterback in here this year or next year. I think there's no debates. You have to do that. And if you don't do that, we're going to be in the same position we was just in, scrambling, looking. And we saw how nasty that was. So just me, I think we got to get one this year or next year.
Yeah. I did a show on Monday, QB draft plan still on. And I'm saying that I believe that the Raiders are not changing their plan. I know we got Geno for the next 3 years now. That's a lock. But we still have to plan for the future, right? There's some people, and I believe I'm one of them, that I feel that I don't think Geno will get us that Super Bowl. I think he'll take us far, but I don't think he has enough to go ahead and get us that Super Bowl, right? And if that's the case, and especially that he's 34 years old and he's not going to get any younger for the next 3 years, it's not Benjamin Button. Where he reverses an age,
yeah, bro.
So you got to go out and get your quarterback of the future, right? And this is a thing, and I'm gonna say this, and I know people are not gonna like it, and it's okay, but I still feel that Shador should still be the pick, and this is a reason why. And I'm not gonna say it's because of Mark and Brady, right? Because if you want to go ahead and really go out and win and win that Super Bowl, if that's the end goal, which it should be for every Raider fan out there, you want to go out and get the best player, right, available. If we can't get Cam, Shador, why are we going to go ahead and wait to round 4 to go ahead and get a Will Howard that may or may not work out, right? I mean, the higher chance, the higher probability of the quarterback working out that'll be available to us will most likely be Shador Sanders. You can get Jeanty, right? You can get Howard, and yes, you can go ahead and park those guys behind Geno for the next 2 or 3 years, work on them. But we all know there's a level to this thing. There's a level to this game. Why did Jaden Daniels get picked out too? And this kid in his rookie year literally almost went to the Super Bowl. It's a fucking insane. Most likely will be in the playoffs this year coming up. Same thing. I mean, the Commanders are literally doing it up. They're gonna be out there as a perennial contender for sure. Why can't we why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we go out and get the best talent out there, right? Even if you already have Geno, you gotta prepare yourself so somebody can go ahead and take over and be the next thing.
I think that all depends on your thoughts on Shador, right? And how you believe he will be in the next level. Everybody already know how I feel. So, Alex, how do you feel? Just the quarterbacks in general, right? I mean, do you share the sentiment of saying like, yeah, we're probably gonna need to get another one this year, next year, and figure out who that's gonna be? And if you think it's this year, like who would you like to look at? I mean, where are your sentiments on?
Yeah, so for sure, I like what you mentioned. I definitely think in the near future, whether it be this year in the draft or 2026, we got to draft a quarterback at some point. Shador, I mean, I like him, man. He's a tough quarterback. He's a pocket passer quarterback. He can move when he has to. The only thing I question is if he's there at 6, like, is he gonna be okay with sitting on the bench for 2 seasons? I don't know. I feel like he probably feels like he's ready to go, year one, which the way Tom Brady, it looks like the way Tom Brady's going to handle things, whichever quarterback he's going to draft, he's very likely going to sit them for a season. That's how he came up. And you kind of see, I mean, that's been the successful trend. You see quarterbacks like Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks get a lot of benefit from sitting for a year. The only thing is, I mean, I feel like if the Raiders drafted him at 6, Shador does have a lot of respect for Tom Brady. So he probably, would definitely sit for a season. I don't know if he would be eager to sit for 2 full seasons, which, just based on the contract that we have for Geno Smith, I think, unless something terrible happens and he just looks really bad, he's going to be the starter for the next 2 seasons. But, when it comes to the quarterbacks in this class, I mean, I like Shador. I like Jackson Dart. The drop off is kind of real after that. A guy like Jalen Burrow, yeah, I mean, I would take him, but he's got to be like 3rd round.
And this is the thing, right? We're talking about the contract, and I'm gonna let you finish, but it's like, is he gonna be ready in 2 years? That's my question. Is it gonna take just 2 years? Milroe, is Milroe gonna be ready in 2 years by the time this Geno contract is done for us to be like, oh yeah, he's ready? That's the question that I would have with Milroe. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2 seasons. I mean, it's hard to know for sure, just because. I mean, usually I'm not a big fan of the quarterbacks like that have accuracy issues.
Yeah,
but like I'm all for taking a gamble on them though later in the draft. Like we saw a couple years ago. That's why I wasn't big on Anthony Richardson, because I feel like he was getting way overhyped. He ended up going in the top 5, and I felt like he was a high upside quarterback, but you got to take him in the 3rd round. It's too risky of a pick to draft a quarterback that early, and you're having concerns about whether or not he can throw the football accurately. And that's
on the team too, bro. Like, to me, that's what, like, the Colts. I think all of us, you probably said this too. This man don't need to be playing the first year. As far as Anthony Richardson, he don't need to be playing this, and they threw him out there. He realistically, he should be getting his first snaps this year. Like, literally this year, bro. This should be when he should be getting his first snaps. Maybe last year, if that's what you want to say, because if that whatever the case. But to me, bro, I think the organization did him wrong too. So maybe if we do it the right way, like you saying, it could work. But I mean, I've echoed the same thing, bro. The drop off after the first 3 is very significant. It is very significant. If you're talking about Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, and Cam Ward, after them 3, now we hoping and wishing and praying that all of them work out at this point. For me, I like Will Howard, but I can't wrap my arms fully around Will Howard. I mean, how you feel about that? I mean, we do got Chip Kelly, so he might see something in there, but
right.
How would you feel about Will Howard?
I'm not a huge fan of Will Howard, to be honest. I mean, I will say I haven't really got a chance to like dive deep into his film, just watching college football. I'm not a huge fan of him, but at the same time, I think he's projected to be like a third, fourth round pick. So,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's a guy you take later in the draft, but usually I'm the type of guy though. If like you're gonna take a quarterback in the later rounds, that's why I bring up Jalen Merrill, just because I think he has a really high upside,
Right.
and that's why I'm willing to take a gamble in that sense. But yeah, that's what I think of Will Howard.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If you're gonna take a later round quarterback, take the traits, right? At least Milroe can run and and he's big and physical and all these things. So I definitely get that. Staying on the Shador point, because this is where it makes people mad and also is good discussion.
Yeah.
For me, bro, I am fully with getting him at 6. And I would love if we did that, because now we solve a problem. I hear what you're saying about him sitting, but in my mind, the way Pete is, the way everybody is, if we drafted him this year, he'd sit for sure. In 26 is open, because that's the way I think Pete and all them operate. Where it's like, all right, bro, you sat for it. And really, I don't even think Shador needs to sit for a year. But if he's going to, sure, fine. But in 26, bro, I feel like the coaching staff would be like, all right, dog, we're gonna see. Go ahead, Geno. Sure, like on the depth chart, you're a starter, but we really gonna open this thing up. And if he beats you, bro, he beats you. That just is what it is, right? And in very worst case, he's not ready, and we still got Geno at that point. But I do think getting him would be there. Now, where are some of your concerns? I asked Alex this because I know you do some of the film work and all that. Where are you on some of the concerns with this man when they're talking about doesn't have the biggest arm? When we talking about Shador, not athletic enough, whatever the case. I mean, do you share some of that, or where do you feel when they get to talking about things like that?
Yeah, you brought up. I think that's one of that's the main thing that has people kind of like thinking that he's overrated. I think it's just athletically nothing really like special about him. I mean, he can move, but he's not like a dynamic athlete. Doesn't have the biggest arm. Sometimes the velocity on the throws just isn't there. Sometimes the ball tends to float. That's the biggest things I see with him. And I mean, I will say I think his processing isn't as good as I kind of thought. Looking at his tape, maybe if I get a chance before the draft, I'll do another film breakdown on him. But overall, I mean, he's a quarterback. I mean, I think I saw somebody in the chat say, "What do you think is a good comparison for Shador Sanders?" I kind of see him like almost like a Tua Tagovailoa type of quarterback.
I've tried to stay away from him, but I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Tua's got a bigger arm though, but just he's that type of quarterback that he's going to be accurate with the football. If you get playmakers around him, you get a good offensive scheme. I think he can definitely have success. And I think with Shador, I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, I don't see him being like a generational quarterback prospect, like the Jaden Daniels of the world. But it's just really going to depend on what situation he goes to. If he goes to a organization that believes in him, if he goes to a place that has a good offensive scheme, he can definitely have success. And I will say, I mean, the one X factor the Raiders have is I finally like the offensive coordinator we hired.
Yes,
right?
yes,
yes.
Yeah. Talk that, and I think Alex, people don't really like. We talk about it when we first got Chip, but then it's like as the months dwindle and all that, you start to forget a little bit. You start to just focus on like the GM and the goddamn coach, head coach, or whatever. But then it's like you got to think, bro. I would love to have Shador in an offense just a year, him learning under Chip and Geno, and then after that, I feel like because what Geno will give us, right? I feel like he'll be able to give us some good stuff, but I'm real confident in the fact that Shador will be supercharged Geno Smith in whatever the case, whatever we would do if he would come here, right? Like I feel like Chip would get Geno to play a certain way, and I feel like Chip would get Shador to play a little level above that. But now this is where it all goes off the rails, and Jay talked about this earlier. We don't have no weaponry right now on offense, right? Like I ain't gonna lie, I say it all the time, bro. Like our receiving core sound like a law firm. Right? We got Bachman and Phillips, dog. Bachman and Phillips. That's what we got, dog. This shit's bad. After Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers, we're cooked. So where are y'all looking, bro? Like as far as some weaponry, we got to get some receivers. We got to just get some more talent on the offensive side. Running back is easy, but Where are y'all at, bro? How do we add that?
Go ahead, Alex. I'll let you answer.
Oh, okay. Definitely, you can address it in the draft. I will say this wide receiver class, I feel like isn't as good, especially compared to last season. But I don't think we do need to add a little bit to the wide receiver group. But I'm more concerned about how we can, and how the offensive line can hold up. Can we protect Geno Smith? We're gonna need a running game, which I brought up Chip Kelly. Everywhere he's gone, he's been able to run the football effectively. That's my biggest thing. But I would definitely like to target some wide receivers at some point in this draft. I don't know if we should go after T-Mac at 6. I mean, he is intriguing.
That was gonna be another question.
Yeah,
right.
But I mean, there's other guys too that are later round wide receivers. I really like this one guy, Andrew Armstrong, out of Arkansas.
Okay,
He's I feel like we kind of ideally I would like to see a wide receiver that's primarily like an outside wide receiver, like an X type of guy. And he kind of
thinking that too.
Yeah, he kind of fits that mold, and he's a good route runner, really good hands. He doesn't really have breakaway speed, but yeah, that's I feel like in the draft we should definitely address wide receiver. I do think it's a need, but I would much rather I'd put offensive line, how we can invest in that over wide receiver.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, shit, you always got to get the trenches, bro. So again, if you want to prioritize trenches before getting any skill, and that means any skill for some of y'all in the comments, then yes, I definitely agree. Jay, where you at, bro? I mean, as far as we talk about it all the time, but the receivers, we ugly, bro. It's ugly.
Yep. So I still think that the move is going to be to pair a veteran wide receiver with a rookie. I won't be surprised if I hear Tyler Lockett or Hunter being signed, and then we go out and get, I don't know about T-Mac, but let's say Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, along those lines, right? We go down the list because the list is quite long, right? So you can get any of those guys, bring them over, plug them in. You can get even double dip and get 2 receivers in this draft. You can get one in the late 5th round, and I still think there's good quality there. Especially what we need them to do is to go up, contest those 50-50 balls, create separation and make plays. Right. We just need a support. We need a true number 1 receiver. And then we need somebody to go ahead and support the cast that we currently have. So
that's what I think so too. Yeah, you talked about Jaden Higgins a little bit. I like Alec Iomanner, I believe that's how you say it. Iomanner. I like Iomanner. Yeah, I like him from Stanford. You just talked about Trey Harris, and he didn't fell off a map as far as everybody talking about him in the draft process. So I really like Trey Harris too. But I agree with Alex, bro. Like I think we need an X, bro. Like we don't have that. A lot of our receivers are damn near the same size. You feel what I'm saying? I think Jacoby is damn near the biggest in the room, which we need more, right? Because Trey Tucker, we saw that last year, and I think Trey Tucker is gonna be better this year with Geno Smith. But how much better? Like, what are we expecting? You know what I mean? Are we expecting a Pro Bowl season, or like what are we expecting from Trey Tucker? There you go. What Alex is saying is, I think he's gonna be good. Not no Pro Bowl, right? So from there. There's only a certain number of receivers in this draft, and this is where you get tricky, bro. There's only a certain number of receivers in this draft that fit the mold that we need. Most of them in this draft are like slot receiver guys, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not lying to you, bro. Like even Kyle Williams. I love Kyle Williams. I look at Kyle and I'm like, dog, he should play in the slot, right? I love Jalen Noel. Yeah. Jalen Noel should play in the slot. He should not be playing outside like that, bro. He should play more primarily in the slot. A lot of these guys kind of look like that. So it's like from that point, what do we still take one, even though most of the receivers are projected to be better inside guys than outside guys? Like, how do we feel on that? I'll start with Alex, because Alex be doing his thing.
Yep.
No, yeah, I really like. Honestly, if you get one of those guys, Kyle Williams, Jalen Noel, to me, it's kind of like you're drafting the replacement of Trey Tucker at that point.
There you go. There you go.
You know, I do like what Jay brought up though with Tyler Lockett. I totally forgot about that. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we still haven't signed him at this point. It kind of makes all the sense in the world. But yeah, I'm definitely with you. Ideally we need that true X wide receiver, that outside guy. Ideally if he has some speed, but you know, I just as long as he's got like a good hands, can run routes, and that's primarily what we need.
Yeah, bro. Because really, I mean, Jay talked about it a little bit, but I've said it, you know, a lot. I think we low key have the number one receiving option on the team already, and that's Brock. I mean, if we wanted to just say Brock, like everything gonna funnel through you, and everybody get it how you can, I ain't gonna be mad at that. But we need to compliment Brock, right? Like I think that there's still more to be complimented right there. So I mean, there's another veteran wide receiver that we could look at. Jack has a question. What about Keenan Allen? Me personally, I'm not on Keenan Allen. I don't want that at all. I'm straight with that. But y'all, how y'all feel?
Same. I'm good on Keenan Allen, but like if they go out and get him, I'm not gonna be mad at it. You know, I'm just be like, all right, it is what it is. You know, we do need another receiver in our core. So I believe he's on the cheaper end.
Sure.
I think he's like around 10 or 8, somewhere around there. I don't remember offhand. But he is on kind of on the cheaper end, but
older side, I think, in my opinion.
Older side for sure.
You're a little older, bro.
Older side for sure.
Straight.
Injuries too. That's my
injuries too.
He's a good talent, but I just he's been dealing with a lot of injuries, and honestly, I think he's probably going to go back to the Chargers. It kind of makes all the sense in the world, but.
They already got your boy back over there, didn't they? Who? Mike Williams. They brought Mike Williams back, so it does make sense. So we talking about the draft, right? I know we want to get in here. We talked about the wide receiver picks and what we want to do as far as that. So I mean, Jay, do we go into, if it's not Shador, right? If you're a Raider fan, if you're not talking about Shador, then this next topic right here is either gonna get you called an idiot or it's gonna get you called the smartest person on YouTube content creation, and that's Jeanty, right? Depending on how you feel about that, you are either the dumbest content creator in the world or you're the smartest content creator in the world, depending on your opinions on that. So, hey, you know, people already know how I feel, dog. Let's hear from Alex, bro. What do you feel? And wherever you go, just know we not judging you, brother. We not judging you wherever you go.
Judge, judge free zone.
No, man. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I'm usually the guy that, like, year in and year out, I'm saying, don't draft a running back in the first round. You know, it's not great value, this and that. But I don't know, man. I look at Jeanty. I really like what I see. I mean, to me, it's impressive that he's RB1 in a loaded draft class because there's so many good running backs. You know, the Marion Hamptons, the Dylan Sampsons, and to me, you know, what I really like about Jeanty is consistently he makes people miss. And he's the type of running back that can make your offensive line look better than what it truly is. Kind of like how Josh Jacobs was for us at a certain point. He's the type of guy that, you know, maybe most running backs, the play would have been a loss of 1 or 2, and he can turn that into a 3-4 yard gain, which, you know, it's the little things that like that really help out an offense. And, you know, I definitely like Jeanty. I mainly like it just because I do think he has a chance to be generational. But I will say, given all that, I don't think we're gonna draft him. I just feel like it's way too big of a coincidence that just like all of a sudden we see all these different mock drafts you know, Jeanty the Raider, they're just like spamming us with that. And then even Spytech, you know, he voluntarily went on that, you know, that Sirius XM, that interview or whatever.
Talking about his son.
Yeah, I mean, a guy like Spytech, he seems like a GM that's always going to keep the cards close to his chest. I don't know. To me, it definitely seems like a smoke screen. If anything, I think they're trying to maybe like lure a team like the Cowboys. It looks like the Chicago Bears might be interested in Ashton Jeanty. Maybe they're trying to, you know, get them to trade back with them. That's my personal opinion. I really do like Jeanty, but I don't know, man. The one thing I've learned about being a Raiders fan is like you go into the draft, you got maybe a list of like, I don't know, 3-5 players. You're like, oh, we're going to draft one of these guys. almost always is never those guys. So I wouldn't be shocked if whoever we pick is a little bit of a curveball, but yeah.
And this is, you could say, oh, that's barely when you got it. But I know, like, when the light clicked for me, like, I can't trust this team, and draft night is definitely that Henry Ruggs night. And I know it's not, it's recent, but I was in that mother all the way. CD Lamb,
yeah,
all the way, bro. And then when they said Henry Ruggs, I don't think I said a word for 10 minutes. Bro, I'm like, what? Why did we just do that? It makes no sense. But it could have worked out. There's just a whole nother conversation with Henry. But I do agree with you to a point. I feel like our GM is a certain GM that don't just divulge that type of information willingly.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not just gonna say that willingly and do all that. I feel like he's doing that for a reason. Even with some of the free agent moves. Yeah, bro. Even with some of the free agent moves we've done, like Alex said, he's even kept some of these moves close to the chest. Shit, we didn't know about Geno Smith contract till 2 months out from it. So it's like, from that point, bro, I really do think that Spytek is trying to play the game. I don't think we're gonna take him. Now, I've had my thoughts on Jeanty, and I appreciate Taddy for coming on here and speaking facts, because he said the argument is valid on both sides if you don't want him, but nobody's saying he's not good, right? I don't think I've never said he's not a good running back. If you're saying that, that's disingenuous, because he is a good running back. But at the same time, I do think there are other guys in this class that, if they get to the right situation, can perform just as good in the league, right? Like, I really do think that they can perform just like, if we get Quinshon Judkins, I do think he'll be able to do what we would ask Jeanty to do. Now, this thing, are we going to have to ask Jeanty to pull the Josh Jacobs and carry us on his back for 1,400 yards, 1,500 yards? And like Alex said, when we watched Jacobs, the offensive line was doing certain things, but he was making them look better than what they really were, right? And so from that point, you can tell, and that kind of came into the negotiations. My body's getting worn down, bro. Y'all are asking me to carry the offense damn near. And we know that we can get better up front. So that kind of creeps into my mind a little bit too, where I'm thinking this offensive line is not 100% ready to take this running back like that. I still got question marks on our guard spots, both guard spots. I got question marks. So from that point, do we wait and say, I think you brought it up earlier, Alex, where you like, maybe it's Mimbu, right? Maybe you take Mimbu, or maybe you take your boy from LSU, right? And then we go in the second round and Hampton didn't fail, or maybe Henderson is there, Judkins is there. How would you feel about getting the offensive line together, going that route first round, and then going running back? Or do you feel like the talent drops off from Jeanty to the rest of the class, and now we're going on second, third best at that point?
Yeah, well, I think the running back class, I mean, the class is pretty stacked, so it's not like a huge drop off. The only thing I will say, like, and I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I wouldn't be shocked if this year in the draft, like, running backs go a little bit earlier than they traditionally have gone. Especially if, like, let's say Jeanty goes to us at 6, or I mean, some people maybe have been speculated maybe he'll go before 6, which that'd be crazy. But
that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
If something like that happens, I wouldn't be shocked. Amari Hampton's going to go in the first round. Dylan Sampson might go in the first round, and then a little run on running backs could happen. And you don't want to miss out on one of those blue chip, talents at the running back spot. Right. When it comes to maybe selecting an offensive lineman, you brought up Mimbu. I can't be too mad about it. Not too long ago I talked about how we need to prioritize the trenches. The only thing, though, I mean, if you draft them, though, I don't know, are they gonna keep him at right tackle, or are they gonna move him to guard?
That's the conversation, bro. Because guard, it's because for me, I'm just me personally, I'm not moving Glaze, right? Like I like Glaze to a degree, whereas like I want to see him what he does in year 2. I'm not saying he's a Pro Bowler, but he played well enough in year 1 for me to say, let's see how he progresses. So what you're saying, they're probably gonna kick in the guard, right? And then that comes the question: do you take a guard at 6? That's the question. It's like, that's a little rich to take a guard at 6. It is.
Yeah.
Right.
So it just depends. But that's the problem with a lot of these prospects. To me, it's like, after let's say Hunter, Abdul Carter, you could say Jeanty. After them 3, there's not a lot of blue chip guys where you're like, yeah, I already lock it in. They're gonna be immediate starters, immediate impact, or whatever. I feel like it's a lot of guys where you're like, I like him. He's a first round pick. But do we take him at 6? Like, that's a little, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you could say that about a lot of guys. I can say that about Jahad Campbell, but I can say that about Jahdae Barron, which I love Jahdae Barron. You feel what I'm saying? I can say that about a lot of guys. Jalen Walker, there's multiple, but it just depends how you feel. I mean, okay, so let's take this out, bro. Take Jeanty out. Just put your GM hat on, Alex. I love asking people this, bro. Put your GM hat on.
Yeah.
If it's you, and the board is falling, you can have who you want, bro. Where are you looking at the Raiders to go at 6? You know, out of all the players that are likely to fall to us that you've seen, that you may hope, where are you hoping the Raiders go at 6?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that it's a tough question, man. I don't know exactly how the draft board is gonna fall, but I will say I really like the Michigan players, Mason Graham and Will Johnson. Now, dude, honestly, I really like Will Johnson as a prospect. The only thing that's just like makes me a little bit nervous is he's coming off of injury.
How bad is the injury? I see people continue to say this. Is it that bad where you got to be like?
He has like foot injuries.
Oh, shit.
He didn't participate in the pro day, a hamstring injury. So, and then I think he missed I think he only played like 6 games this season, but. I mean, I don't know, man. When I see Will Johnson, I see he's got the potential to be one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You're talking about a guy that can play man coverage, zone coverage, just a really smart, high IQ football player, can quickly diagnose, certain plays. Technique and the tackling maybe needs to be improved a little bit, but he shows a willingness, and that's the most important thing to me as a defensive back. You got to be able to, put your head down and make a tackle when necessary. But those 2 guys, I really like them.
Man, I love Will Johnson. I really do. I like Jahdae Barron too. We can talk about him a little bit. If it's me, bro, I'm going Mason. And just for the simple fact of if he does what I think he can do, we probably got the best D-line in the NFL. I mean, there's probably top 5 at least, right? Like top 5 at least. Because to me, bro, I know some people, his play strength is not all that good or whatever the case. But I must remind people, dog, how many times, and some people say he doesn't beat double teams. We have to remind people, how many times is he going to get double teamed if he gets drafted here? Let's just really think about this. There's not many times an NFL team is going to sit there and say, okay, we got Max Crosby here, we got Malcolm Kuntz here, you got Adam Butler here, and you got all these other guys, Christian Wilkins here. Yeah, we got to double team Mason Graham. Like, bro, they're not gonna do that, bro. For more than likely, bro, your man is gonna be seeing single team blocks for a majority of his first year until teams figure out if he's really like that. And to me, bro, if you get Mason Graham and teams are saying out of that whole D line that we got to double team Mason Graham, then we made the right fucking pick, in my opinion. That's just me. We made the right pick. So I'm trying to do the best D line I can possible. And have Justin Herbert and all them waking up in the cold sweat. But where are you going, Jay?
Give team nightmares for sure.
Oh, bro, that would give them, bro. What? The Chargers just signed Andre James. If we get Mason Graham, bro, it's lunch meat. Good night. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. We about to go to work.
Yep.
Mason will be gone. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Jay, where are you going, bro? At 6.
At 6, I mean, all right. So let's take Shedeur out of the equation. Let's take the whole QB out of the situation. That's that particular situation. I like Graham. That'll be the guy that I would go for. If not, I've said this. I would trade back at that point. If Mason's not there, I don't think Campbell is it at 6. I wouldn't personally get Jeanty at 6 myself. I would trade back to like 9, and I would make that trade with with the Saints, and then if Jeanty's still there, I would go ahead and pick him up at that point. But I'm going Graham at 6, or I'm trading back. Just taking Shedeur out of the equation. I'm not high on T-Mac. I know that whole video thing was dated and it was from his rookie year or freshman year when he started. over there, but I don't know where his headspace is at. Obviously, it could, he could be he's totally different now, right? Maybe he doesn't think that way. But are you willing to go ahead and take the risk on that? I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't.
I don't think he's gonna be there for us, bro. And you've heard me say this before, even before my guy East Coast came in here. I think the Jags gonna take him, bro. I really think the Jags would take T-Mac and pair him with Brian Thomas and have a good ass offense for Trevor Lawrence in that regard.
Yeah, I think that could definitely happen. So
I mean, Liam Cohen just came from Tampa Bay. You feel me? So you got Chris Godwin, you got Mike Evans. You try to recreate a little bit, see how that worked. Yeah, I would fuck with. At that point, bro, we're getting somebody. If T-Mac go at 5, somebody's falling. They shouldn't be there, and we're gonna grab who we grab.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we.
What if Travis Hunter ends up falling?
Oh, you guys I'm flying wherever the draft is. I'll run that shit in myself. I don't need y'all.
I hope to see one of the Raider representatives run to the podium and hand that.
We don't even need y'all to fuck this pickup, bro. Man. Don't mess this pickup, dog. We'll do it ourselves. Don't even do it, bro. Because at that point, for me, that's the no-brainer. He feels both needs. You feel like, and for me, Travis is playing more receiver for us. He gonna play receiver for us because we need. I would have him out there because we need that type of athleticism on that offensive side.
You think?
Bro, him, because I could just see it, bro. Like him and Bowers on the same side running routes and shit, and you got to figure out what you want to do there, bro. That's nasty. Now for me, like, because I feel like our corners are cool enough where we don't have to expend him on defense like that. Whereas like Jack Jones is cool enough, Jacorian Bennett's cool enough. I struggle with who our nickel's gonna be. I don't know who the fuck the nickel's gonna be, so we'll figure that out there. But I feel like our outside is cool enough where we don't got to expend Travis that much. I feel like offense, we need him a little bit more. That's just me. I mean, where do you feel?
I mean, I do like Travis Hunter, and I'm not as high on him as the only thing is like he's made it known that he wants to play both sides of the football. I don't know, man. I mean, I got to see it to believe it, but I feel like if ideally for him, you got to lock in on one position. I see him being a better cornerback in the league than I see him being a wide receiver, but. I will say he's a dynamic playmaker, though. He has great hands. He's one of those type of guys that maybe you can play him full-time at cornerback and then use him in some packages at the wide receiver position. And mainly, I mean, he's going to be a guy that, try to get him, get the ball in his hands so he can make special things happen. So, but, I mean, I don't think he will fall, but I don't know, man. The only thing that concerns me is I don't want a player that might be, like, good at both. I'd rather have somebody that's great at one position than like good or solid at two different positions too.
So how would you feel
also
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and just I was also gonna mention like it is cool to have a player that could play those two different positions, but at the same time too, I mean, if he ever gets injured, you got to think about it too. Now you're down 2 players as well.
Yeah, real talk. Somebody said that before too. That makes a lot of sense. It does. So for me, I'm just having him do wide receiver. He's going to go in there sparingly at corner. But I feel like that should be either way, right? Like, and I feel like it might be easier for you to be a corner more full time and get some snaps on receiver than it is for you to do it the other way. So I definitely agree with that. Real quick, my boy Dre says pick Willie Lampkin at 6. If they did that, I'm not doing content no more for a month. For a month. I could, bro. The obscenities I would be saying on this goddamn app would be stupid. So I couldn't do that. No. So whatever. It's hard because I see Walton here. Walt wants us to talk about round 2. Where do we go round 2? But you can't talk round 2 unless you know what the hell we did round 1. Right? Because if they took Shador, now that pushes all the needs down. Right? Now you still got to get a running back. You still got to get a receiver. You still probably got to get some linemen, right? Offense, defensive line if you can. So it pushes it all of it back. But instead of doing that, let's ask this. Some of your favorite prospects. They may not be first round picks, but some of the guys that you like, Alex, that are just like, nah, I just like watching this dude. He's one of my guys, bro. So, I mean, where are you feeling with some prospects that you might like in the draft?
I mean, like I said, there are a lot of running backs that I like. I mean, if we don't go running back in the first round, I would not be mad if you go running back second round, especially if a guy like Travion Henderson is there. If somehow like Amarion Hampton fell to the second round or whatever, I mean, I would definitely take one of those players. I mean, there's definitely I like the linebacker from Oklahoma. I think it's Danny Struts.
Oh, Stutzman.
Yeah, Stutzman.
Yeah.
Also like the running back from USC, Woody Marks. He's pretty solid as well. And yeah, those are a couple of little names that I've been keeping my eye on.
Yeah, I like Woody, bro. Especially if we can secure, because I'm always the guy like get 2 running backs in this draft, bro. This draft, I would draft 2 running backs if I could. And getting somebody, to pair. Like if you got a Henderson, maybe you can get a bigger body dude, in the back end. Me, I like Caleb Johnson. So if you got Caleb Johnson and you were to get a Woody Marks, it makes sense because they got 2 different type of profiles, right? And they play the game different. They would give you 2 different things. I wanted to kind of ask if you've watched Jahdae Barron a little bit. For me, bro, I brought up Jahdae Barron a lot. Only for the simple fact of like, bro, we need a slot receiver so bad. I mean, slot corner bad. We don't have a slot corner, in my opinion. I think we re-signed Darnay Holmes. But Darnay Holmes for a 17-game season ain't gonna move the needle, right? I don't think he's gonna. He can do it for a little stretch, like he did last year, right? Nate Hobbs got hurt. He came in, played pretty well. But for me, bro, I think Jahdae Barron is at worst CB2. Have you checked him out? And do you think he can be a good fit for what we kind of do?
I haven't really had a chance to check out his film. I've seen a little bit of highlights for him. I mean, I have to look at his tape a little bit more to get you a better answer on that. But also, too, another guy that I forgot to mention too that I like is the linebacker from Ole Miss, Chris Paul. Just because I think
Chris Paul is really good. Yeah,
I like him too, and he shows that he can bring some upside, like as a potential coverage linebacker, which it's always hard to find in this league, and that's definitely something that we need as well at the linebacker spot.
Man, linebacker is huge, in my opinion. That's another need, right? Because we signed Devin White, but for me, Devin White didn't move the needle to a degree. I think he brings some athleticism, he brings some pass rush, right, which we need, and we definitely will benefit from that when he's on the field. But we still lack the coverage. We don't have, and not many linebackers in the league can cover like that very well, but somebody that's going to be rangy and side to side. I mean, I don't see that in the linebacker room right now. I mean, where are y'all at, bro? Because I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as linebacker, I believe we got to walk away in this draft picking up a linebacker, and definitely I feel that it will happen. I think I've seen when I've done mocks, you still have pretty fair talent up into the 6th round. I like Demetrius Knight. That's a guy that I've been eyeing. Chris Paul is another guy. But then if you're going in the later round, let's say you're picking up all your offense in the first 3-4 rounds. So now you got 5, 6, your 3 6s and 7.
Right.
You have Carson Schlesinger from UCLA. Those are the local guy. Odalejo is the other one. Yeah, Odalejo is the other guy. So these guys have really good upside potential that will be there at a lower, 4th, 5th, potentially even 6th round. I think if you're going to get a linebacker, I think if you're going to do it late, I think you don't have to do it. Can't do it past 6. I think 5th the 5th round is going to be the sweet spot.
Yeah, and I've talked linebacker, and this is kind of for Alex because I know you're doing the film work. I don't know if you broke him down yet, but I've talked to 2 people already and did my own thing about Campbell, right? Jihad Campbell from Alabama. I've talked to my guy East Coast, talked to Matt Holder too, man. To talk to a number of people, mixed opinions, right? One person says he's cool, but I don't know about him like that. Another one would say, I like him. I like the traits. I like what he can bring. Only 21 years old, right? Real fast, real twitchy, whatever the case. Have you watched some of Jihad Campbell? And I know that's been some of the talk. If it's not Jeanty in the first round, some people have said maybe Campbell, go Campbell. Have you watched some of him and what he can offer, and kind of what do you think about him?
Yeah, I mean, I like him, but like, what you think about like drafting him in the first round or?
Yeah, a lot of people say he's gonna have to go first round, bro. Like he's probably gonna go first round. Now, again, he shares the same sentiment I said earlier, bro. Like I like him, not at 6, but I like him, but not at no 6. I mean, but how do you feel?
Yeah, kind of the same. I mean, maybe if the Raiders find a way to trade back, maybe if they're in like I don't know. Like I said, maybe if they find a way to trade back with Dallas at 12 or something, then I definitely consider him. But at 6, it's too rich for me.
Yeah, bro. I've said that. And see, this is where I'm getting scared. And maybe y'all could quell it, maybe Alex can quell it, but it's like this is where I'm getting scared because it's like, bro, if we stay at 6, right, and the way the board falls and think we're gonna fall, all the blue chip, so to speak, guys are gone, and you're at 6. Now you're looking around and you're like, I like this dude, but I don't love this dude in this position. And then if you can't trade back, we're damn near screwed, right? Because it's like I got to take a dude I like, but I don't love. And that's pretty much like a lot of these dudes. So if you can't trade back, do you think we're going to be disappointed with what we have? I think there's going to be a nice little level of disappointment probably from some people if you can't trade back and you just grab, let's just say they grab Jahad Campbell. I feel like there's some people that ain't going to like that. You feel what I'm saying? Or they grab a Mimbu or they grab some of these other guys. A big portion of it, of the fan base is going to be like, who the hell is that? And why did we just do that? I just think they might do that. I mean, where are you at, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, well, let's be honest though. Like, whatever the pick is at 6, there's always going to be a fraction of Raiders fans that just like, we fucked up.
Yeah, it's a fact.
That's just how we are, man. It's very hard to please everybody, but well, we'll see, man. I mean, ideally, I would like for us to trade back. Now, like you said, I don't. If they trade back, I don't think they're going to trade back super far in the first round.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Raiders in the past. Now, I will say it's a new regime, but in the past, they've been interested in trying to trade back. It's hard though, right? I mean, to trade back, I mean, you just need a high value player that's beginning to fall on the board. I feel like it's not as easy as some people make it seem. Oh, just trade back. It's like, and every year that may not be an opportunity for you. So
yeah,
but we'll see, man.
Real quick, man, we got a $5 holler in the building, man. Appreciate Raiders Pep, man. Thank you. I believe that this coaching group, along with our GM, will do our team justice. Starting to feel like the Raiders. Hey, I do like what the front office has made very smart moves. Can't say we've done anything too crazy. Now this is I've told people all the time, and I'm gonna let Jay chime in. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but again, bro, I like Jeanty at 6, but for me, right, I call myself a running back connoisseur, bro. If you take him at 6, I need at least 1,500 yards. I'm talking about minimum because I can't take no running back at 6 and he only gives me like 1,200, 1,100 yards, right? Like that's nothing. If we're taking this man, you're telling me, like everybody, not you, Alex, but everybody's telling me he's going to change the offense. He's going to single-handedly change the running game. So if that's the case, bro, for him, in order to really feel that impact, in my opinion, bro, I need 1,500. I need 1,500 at minimum from my 6th overall running back. If I don't get that, dog, and say like just pleasure me or humor me for a minute. Say Jeanty gets 1,200. I look at Henderson, he get drafted somewhere, and this motherfucker get 15. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna call out everybody that just told me that we should have drafted this man,
or even 1,200
for 1,200 yards. And I just saw somebody else who got drafted maybe in the 2nd round give me more. Yeah, I'm gonna be on y'all ass. Or the same. I'm gonna be on y'all ass. So I mean, how do you feel about that? Because for me, bro, just running back, if you're getting drafted in top 10. You need to damn near change the running game and change the offense. Like that's what I'm asking you to do. So how would you feel about that?
No, for sure. I mean, if you're drafting Jeanty at 6, I mean, mind you, I think if they drafted him, I think he'd definitely get 1,500 yards. But I mean, in a 17-game season, 1,200 yards, not super impressive. Like you said, at number 6 overall, you'd hope you would have a bigger impact. Yeah. But I guess unless maybe he has a crazy amount of touchdowns or something like that. But I guess what's interesting as well is with Chip Kelly. I mean, what do you think he's gonna do? Do you think he's gonna try to get like a workhorse back, give him a lot of the carries, or is he gonna kind of split it? Because the only thing is, I mean, with Jeanty, you shouldn't draft them if you're gonna split carries with him. He's more of that runner, that
bro. I love having Alex on here, bro. Yeah. Alex is speaking right now, man. Keep talking that shit. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Talk.
Yeah, man. I think Jeanty is a guy that if you want him to succeed, you need him. Give him at least like 20 carries a game.
20-25.
And that's And I kind of see him. He's like one of those running backs that as the game progresses, he tends to get stronger. You know, it might be a game where he's only got like 50 yards going into the third quarter. And you're like, damn, but then boom, out of nowhere, could break off a big run. And you know, that's kind of how I see it. It's going to depend on what Chip Kelly's philosophy is going to be. So that's what we have to take into consideration.
And that's what scares me too, bro. You just brought up a great point. That's what scares me, right? Like when you're one of those running backs that usually get better as the game goes on. Usually, like that's how it is. But that's usually like for bigger body running backs. Right, like bigger body running backs are usually the ones where it's like I need me a couple touches, feel the physicality of the game, and then by the third quarter, whatever the case, I'm whooping that ass. His frame doesn't necessarily constitute doing that for a long period of time. He's only 208, right? He's 5'8". So again, like I'm gonna be asking this man to give me that type of production in a 17-game season. We'll see. I think he might be able to do that, but then the frame does come into concern for me, where Alex just said something very crucial, and Alex is not the first person I've heard this from, where Chip Kelly does like to split carries with his running backs. He does, right? When you have Mostert right there, I've already said, bro, Mostert is good for a good 10 to 12 carries in a game. He's good for that. Even at the age he is right now, bro, he can give you a good 10 to 12. And one of them motherfuckers might be a long run because he still got the nice little speed to him. I would like to get a running back, just me primarily, that is already accustomed to taking that type of maybe 10 to 15 carries and making the most out of that 10 to 15 carries. For example, Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins just split a backfield together. Do you know how many carries Judkins and Henderson averaged? Them motherfuckers averaged 12 to 13 carries each a game. And both of them still had 1,000 yards. So that's why I'm like, bro, like I've seen them do that, right? They can take the most of that 10 to 15 and do that shit. And I think Chip likes to do that as well. We're going to run the ball heavy, bro. You don't want to kill your only guy. You want to kill your only guy, bro. Let's give him a multitude of things. And I even think we can use 3 running backs this year. If Sincere McCormick do what he's supposed to do, right? You might even be able to give him a little bit of carries. So
forgot about him.
I don't think you need to do all that, bro. The running game, we said it. It can be a committee. You just got to do it the right fucking way. You can't just draft whatever and be like, oh yeah, the committee's done. Like Telesco tried to do last year. That's what he tried to do. He just got whatever and was like, oh yeah, the committee is there. Y'all can shut up now. Like, no, bro, there still needs to be talent within the running back committee. You can't just do it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and share this real quick. This is something that our guy Cheeto, shout out to our guy Cheeto Linus. He said over in our group chat, but fumble rates of the top 10 running backs on our big board. You got Trayvon and Quinshon, 1 and 2. 0% fumble rate for Henderson, 0.37% for Judkins. And then the list goes on. But you got Jeanty down at 9 at 1.4%.
I remember, and this is what I'll be saying, Alex. I remember I brought up, I don't think it's a problem for Jeanty, but I think fumbling can be an issue. I brought that up. People are like, you idiot. You fucking idiot. Why would you say that, bro? But I'm not even going off these numbers, bro. I'm literally going off of when I'm watching film and I've watched all of his fumbles back to back to back to back to back. It's not like, all fumbles are created equal, but I see people literally stripping that shit away from him, dog. I'm not talking about like he's just fumbling and that's just out there. Like, no, bro, they're getting their hands in there and they are literally raking the ball from this man. That is a problem. And sometimes it comes, bro. I can break it down to a minute level where you talk about his arm length and whatever the case. But to me, bro, that's an issue. If I'm seeing dudes literally get their hands in there and rip that shit away, bro, like you got to fix that. And I'm not saying he can't be a good running back because of that, but like that's not good to see that at the college level, especially in the Mountain West, dog. Like this is fucking Mountain West. So, more film is watched, more tendencies are seen, right? So if an NFL defense sees, he's a little loose with that motherfucker, what you think they're gonna do? They're going to try to rake that shit from you, bro. Every single run. That's just, I just don't understand when people try to ignore shit like this or ignore shit like pass protection and say like a running back only needs to run the ball. Like, come on, dog. We can't do that. Can't do that, though.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing, I looked it up right now in 2024. I think looks like he only had 4 fumbles, but I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, he had like 2,600 rushing yards, 29 touchdowns, damn near 400 carries. So I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if I saw what you've been seeing, but I don't know if I don't see it being a huge,
right. It's not like a huge issue, but what I'm saying is like I see it, right, to where it's like I can see how you're fumbling. So I'm not saying it's gonna be a huge issue coming in, but I just know, bro, coming in, they're gonna try to rake that shit from him. That's just what it's gonna be. They're gonna try to get that shit.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about like? I mean, I've heard some people say that maybe they're scared that all those carries, like, he's a little bit run down. I mean, what do you think about that?
See, this is where again I try not to do the nerd shit, but it always comes out, bro. The last running back, I want Alex. Let me know if you know, but the last running back to get the amount of carries or close to the amount of carries Ashton Jeanty got. Do you know who that was, bro?
I have no idea.
Derrick Henry, and that shit was damn near 10 plus years ago. But Derrick Henry is a behemoth, so he can get that shit. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With him, I don't want to say it's a huge thing, but at the end of the day, bro, like his coaches didn't do him no favors because I can see the wear and tear towards this season. He started the season all cool, and by the end of the season, that man had braces on arms and knees and all type of shit. So I'm like, all right, bro, I can see they're already running your ass into the ground here. I don't think they'll do that in the league. I don't know if they'll run his ass into the ground like that in the league because of his frame. Again, he's 5'8". He's not even 220. If he was 5'8", 220, that's different. Now we can have a different conversation about 20 plus carries. But he's 209. So, like, again, bro, like that, I have to see him do that for a full 17 games in this type of physicality, doing that and being asked of what he's going to be asked to do. Because, again, I'm not taking a running back at 6 and just saying, just get out there and run the ball. Hell nah. You better get out there and catch, pass block. You better do everything. I don't give a damn about none of that. If I'm getting you a 6, or you better be fucking Barry Sanders. If you're just running the ball, that's it. That's all you better be. So I got to see him hold up that physicality for 17 games, bro. And I could tell it kind of wore on him last year, especially when he got to Penn State. When he got to Penn State out, and I don't want to just say that's the end all be all, but I could tell a little bit of that shit was like, dog, I got to carry this shit on my shoulders. These motherfuckers got 8 in the box. I could tell a little bit of that was getting to him in that game too.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you bring up Barry Sanders though, because he put up like Barry. I think he almost beat his record last season, and I've seen a lot of people kind of comparing him to Barry Sanders. And I mean, also too, Walt makes a good point too. I mean, the one thing, like, he's not a type of running back that's always putting his head down, his shoulder down, getting a lot of contact like that. Like, he's making people miss. So I mean, yeah, he does have a lot of carries on him, but at the same time, I don't know if he's he's not consistently getting, blown up. So, and, I think when you said 208 pounds, I mean, I don't know. I think get him like a full NFL offseason, he can bulk up a little bit.
I need to see him get to 220. Yeah. Like, again, bro, not once if I said he's not good, but it's like, I need to see, like, these are things you got to tell him when he gets in the building, right? Like, you need to get to 220, bro, because I'm going to need, if I'm going to be asking you to get 20, 25 plus carries, get to 220, that or close to, because I'm gonna need you to take that physicality on, dog. Like, again, there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers in the league that's gonna try him when he gets in there. I know exactly what's gonna happen, bro. There's gonna be, let's just say he get drafted here, bro. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, all of them linebackers, they're gonna try his ass. Nick Bolton, they're gonna see what he's about. Dre Greenlaw gonna see what he's about, and all these other dudes gonna see what he's about when it comes to being the full package of running back. So I just think he has to get his body right for that. That's it. Get his body right.
Mm-hmm. Dope.
Yeah, get his body right, bro.
Yeah, but either way, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think we're gonna draft him, but we'll see, man. Like
I
don't know if we draft him, but we'll see, bro. We'll see as far as it goes, dog.
I think you hit it. You hit that nail on the coffin earlier, Alex, when you said that Spytek's just throwing up a smoke screen. The play could be something else, and he's done that this whole offseason. He's played everything close to his chest. We really didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, there's certain things that were important to Raider Nation that he addressed, right? So the max deal, Geno, the extension, that was addressed. But as far as who we are and going to get, it never was said. I mean, we didn't even know really that Geno was even in consideration up until the point where he got traded. So, I mean, it's just one of those scenarios, you know what I'm saying? So, we don't know if they're going to draft Jeanty. I hope it's not at 6. And if they want to go ahead and still get Jeanty, I'm not mad at a move where they trade down a few spots and they go ahead and get them. Get some draft capital at least for that, right? If you pick up another third, a second, to go ahead and swap positions, I'm totally for that. 100%. 100%. So,
oh yeah, I mean, and I know you just brought it up, bro, but I'm gonna just make people mad, dog. It's just again, dog. I see people compare him to Barry Sanders. He's not Barry Sanders. Stop that. He's not. I don't think, like, talent wise, just looking at it, I test, bro. I don't. They don't even run the same. You feel what I'm saying? I just think when people say that, they like to bring up the next whatever. Oh, because he was so close to Barry Sanders' record. That means he's better or he plays like him. Like, no, he don't play like him at all. Again, bro, throw on Barry Sanders tape, then throw on Ashton Jeanty tape. Then let me know which one's better. And I've even said it right here. Throw on Saquon tape from Penn State. Then throw on Ashton Jeanty tape. And then let me know which one you're taking first. That's all that needs to be said, bro. If we want to talk about generational, throw on Saquon first. Or you could throw on Jeanty first if you want. Throw on Jeanty first. Then throw on Saquon. You tell me which one's going to get drafted first. It's not this. I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be Saquon 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And the only reason I say that is because, bro, the man is 230, runs a 4.4, and moves the way he moves. That's all that needs to be said, bro.
Yep, for sure. But really quick, appreciate everyone tapping in. Salute to almost 100 people in the building with us right now. Again, if you are new to the show, make sure you guys head on over, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps support the show. And if you want to be like our guy Jack and other people, if you want to be a member, make sure you guys head on over, click on that membership button. I got mine pinned up top in the chat. It definitely helps to keep the lights on both channels for sure. Same thing with my guy Alex. Make sure you guys head on over, give him a subscribe. We have his channel pinned in the description on both channels, so you guys can just head on over and hit that subscribe button. He puts out great quality videos on a lot of stuff for sure.
Can't wait to see your next video, Alex, man. And hey, definitely keep doing your thing, bro. Hey, if you wasn't here, I'd be going at people in the chat more aggressive. But you here, bro. I'm keeping it professional right now. But as soon as Alex is gone, I'm on y'all ass in the chat. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Hey, salute to our guy East Coast Gridiron for the membership. That was on Run's channel. I appreciate you, brother, for sure.
Appreciate you. So we've been talking all this and that, and talking about the draft and talking about Jeanty, of course. You see how many viewers we got. As soon as we start talking about that, shit start spiking up after that. But now we can kind of put it more into current terms, right? We go into current terms. I mean, if you want, I really don't like doing it at this time of year, but I'll ask you a different question when we talk about schedule prediction and things of that nature. How much better do you think Geno Smith would have made us last year if we just plopped him into the roster and plopped him into the situation?
I mean, I think Geno's an upgrade over AOC, but let's be honest, bro. Especially early on in the season last year with Getsy, with no run game, man, we looked really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I give him maybe 1-2 games better. Because like I said, I think he's more of a middle pack quarterback. So typically those quarterbacks ain't, they're not going to move the needle a whole lot just by themselves. It was just, let's be honest, just a real bad situation last season. So yeah, especially early on.
But we couldn't run the ball. We couldn't do anything like that. So I definitely I'm with you, bro. Now, do you think most of it was what's his name? Getsy. You think most of it was Getsy? Because a lot of I'm starting to see. I don't think most of it. I think most of it was, but then I think some of it was on them players too, bro. Them players was over there fucking up last year to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, you saw, when Getsy left, I mean, it got a little bit better, but definitely. I mean, we didn't address the running back position in a good way.
No.
His name's Amir White.
Coupon Tom wanted Dylan Lowby and shit. That's it.
Yeah, so I mean, we didn't address it in a good way. I will say the offensive line looked better as soon as we started. We put JPJ in the lineup at center, and as soon as Getsy got out there, it looked a little bit better. So, but yeah, I'm just so glad we got rid of him though, and I'm definitely super excited about Chip Kelly though.
Yeah. Now, here's Walt's question. Walt, you finally asked a good question, man. You finally asked a good one. Geno Mill at 38, or Geno Smith at 38 mil, 3 years, or Derek Carr? I don't think this is a hard question at all. It's not a hard question.
Give me Geno.
Bro. Geno all day.
Why are people still on the Derek Carr train? What is this? Are we serious with this shit? There's no way people are still talking about Derek Carr in the ripe age of 2025, bro. Like, we're not doing this. There's no way. At this point right now, bro, I don't even think Derek is as good as Geno Smith. I say it. I don't care. I'll say it right. I don't even think he's as good as Geno Smith. But I could be wrong. But that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, all I heard, like, when the Saints signed him, they're like, "Oh, we finessed y'all. We didn't have to give up no draft picks." I heard for the longest time that, as soon as Derek Carr goes to a stable organization, he's gonna make these playoff runs. He's gonna, fight for a Super Bowl, and he hasn't even made the playoffs since he went to the Saints. And that was, the NFC South isn't a great division. And then he wasn't even gonna make the playoffs last season. So, and to me, it seems like he's also regressing a little bit. So yeah, I don't see why a lot of people still bring up Derek Carr, but yeah.
Nah, bro. I think it just makes no sense. Now I see some people that are like, man, we gave Geno Smith 38 mil and we did all this, and I'm like, bro, why are we complaining about this? I mean, that go back to what you said. There's always going to be some portion of this fan base that's angry about some shit. I literally seen some people say we wasted money giving Geno Smith this contract. And I'm like, so would we rather have paid Sam Darnold the amount that he got? I mean, that's just, what does Sam Darnold get? How much is he getting paid?
Well, he got paid less, didn't he? I think he got.
I don't know. I got to see what he got paid.
I can look it up real quick, but I think it was around 28-ish. But his contract kind of lets you. It tells you everything that you need to know about what the Seahawks think about him because he has a 1 year out.
Oh,
yeah. So I mean, very likely he's gonna be his free agent next season. So
if he don't play well, then his ass is gone. Say that right there.
Hey, let me go ahead.
3-year, $100.5 million contract. So
it's just below his. That's what Jack says. He says just below Geno's. Which, if that's the case,
so it's like 33. Yeah.
See, if they're getting the same same amount of money, bro, I'm taking Geno all day. Fuck that. I don't like Sam Darnold. I was not a Sam Darnold fan. I know he had a good year last year, but it's like we ain't got no damn Justin Jefferson. We ain't got no goddamn the weapons that they have, bro. He be over here struggling. So no, yeah, definitely not. So I mean, what's your grade for Spytek in this offseason? So far, bro, I give him a B. It's just me. I give him a B for the contracts he's cooked up, who he's replaced who with. Now, again, I don't think we've made superstar signings, but I feel like we've stayed at least lateral to the minimal, right? Like if you get rid of somebody, like for me, Trayvon Merrick, Jeremy Chin, lateral move, right? I don't think Trayvon Merrick is a $9 million better player than Jeremy Chin, but and you go on and on and on. So what's kind of the grade for you guys? We start with Alex and then Jay. Like, what's the grade for y'all if you're talking about, what you give the Spytek?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this offseason has been solid. If I had to give you a grade, maybe like a B minus. I mean, let's break it down real quick. I will say, I mean, he did extend Max Crosby, so that's a good move. I will say, man, on defense though, I don't know how y'all think. I mean, they didn't want to invest a whole lot of money, but in certain players, I think we did downgrade. Like, I don't think Landon Roberts is better than Spillane. Like, just player for player. Now, obviously, you gotta like factor in contract and everything. Is Spillane worth the contract that he got paid
Probably
with
not.
New England? I will say the one thing I was not happy about, I don't like the Eric Stokes over Nate Hobbs. I don't know. I feel like that contract that Nate Hobbs got signed to with Green Bay, that was not a bad contract at all. If you look at it, it's essentially a 2-year, $16 million contract. I mean, I think he was definitely worth. Like, I understand he missed games and everything, but to me, he was a really good slot cornerback.
Right.
I definitely agree with you with the safety position. I do think Trayvon Merrick was better than Jeremy Chin, but at the same time, I do think they overpaid him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's been some sneaky good moves. I like that we brought back Malcolm Kuntz.
Yep.
I mean, Kuntz, if he can get to the level that he was at in 2023, that's a great move. You bring back Wilkins. If he can reach a high level, we know what Max Crosby can bring. If the defensive line can reach its potential, then this defense should be good. But yeah, overall, if I had to give you a grade, maybe like a B minus. But we'll see. I mean, I think the most important part of the draft of the off season is going to be the draft. So let's see what he does.
Yeah. Where are you at, Jay, with the grade?
What I grade is right now is a B. Everything that I've seen so far has been solid. Yeah, we haven't made splashes yet, aside from picking up Geno, getting Jeremy Chin. I like those moves. We were able to go ahead and replace more relatively within like 2 hours, I believe. That was a move. So far so good. We're creating depth, which what we need. I'm gonna wait till the draft is over to give the overall final grade. I mean, you still got the offseason cuts and whatnot, but I think the core of it's gonna be from the free agency and the draft, and really how we draft is gonna be the telltale sign on how I can go ahead and grade, or how can we all grade. But I gave it a B so far. That's how I feel it. Really quick though, let me go ahead and get some of these supers out the way. My guy, Raiders Pep with the Raiders. Come on, bro. I got to do it the right way.
Raiders. Yeah, love it. Appreciate you, Raiders Pep. Thank you. As always.
Right. Our guy, Dre, becoming a member over at
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you for that membership. But yeah, that's how I have it with that grade right now.
Okay. B. I'm not mad.
I think it's gonna be better.
I think it gets better with the draft because I think we're really prioritizing the draft. That's what it seems like to me. That the bulk of it will be in the draft. For me, I agree with you. Spillane is a better player than Roberts. He is a better player than Roberts. Roberts does offer, I would think, kind of the same thing in the run game, but he does not offer the same thing that Spillane did in the pass game at all. And I'm not saying Spillane is, Fred Warner, but he offered a little bit more than what Landon Roberts will give us. I like Chin over Merrick, in my opinion. I think for what we want Chin to do, I think he'll be a better box safety than what Merrick will be able to provide for us, in my opinion. But because I think Chin is more aggressive. I think he'll be able to do more. Now that's not saying Trayvon won't go over there, but then again, he's getting paid like he's the third or second best safety in the league. So I don't think he's gonna perform that contract. I'm not saying he's shitty, but not second or third best safety in the league. The one that I think I have pushed back is the Nate Hobbs one, and that's not saying he's not good. It's just a simple fact of like how much are you paying him for him not to be on the field? You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like this. I know for sure going into a season, I'm probably gonna miss about 5 games from Nate Hobbs, right? Like 5 to 4. And in that regard, bro, like it seems like when he misses his games, them shits come at the worst times too. Like we doing a playoff push, or we're in the middle of the schedule where the shit gets hard and he's missing these games. It's like, well, damn, bro, like we need you on the field at least for the Chiefs and shit. Like we can't be missing you then. So I get it. I don't think Eric Stokes is a suitable replacement at all. So that's why I'm still sitting here talking about Jahdae Barron and getting some slot corners and shit. We don't have. I think we still need that, bro. Like Eric Stokes is an outside corner, isn't he? I don't even think he's a nickel.
I don't think he is a nickel.
If I remember, I think I saw him a good amount of snaps in the slot.
Okay, if that's the case, then we can do that. I don't know, bro. I don't know what he is. I thought he was an outside dude. And I know some people talking about Jacorian go to slot, or God forbid, Jack Jones go to slot. I'm like, dog, why would we do that, bro? Like, no. I just thought Jacorian good last year on the outside. Let's leave him be. Let's let him do his thing. If y'all want Jack Jones in the slot, dog, hey, may the Lord bless you, dog, because y'all got more faith than I do. I'm not doing that. No. And I like Jack, but just not in no slot. Chris Smith, no, we not. Chris Smith to play slot, boy. Chris Smith gonna get flambéed in there, dog. We're not even gonna do that, dog. No. I don't even think Chris Smith got the quickness to do shit like that. Again, we only got Darnay Holmes, so I don't know.
Wait, is he talking about the safety that we drafted like a couple years?
He's talking about the Georgia.
Bro, what the hell happened to him? He just.
And I thought he was gonna be good, bro. I thought he was gonna be good. I'm like, he's gonna give us something because he's smart. You know what I mean? Played in the SEC, did his thing, but it's like, God damn, bro. Like, yeah, he's not giving us nothing. We actually might need his ass this year, to be honest. And this is a conversation I brought up with multiple people. And since Alex here, I asked him 3 safeties, bro. I think we might need 3 safeties if we don't get this linebacker shit right. And I kind of want to know what your thought process is, because again, Devin White can't cover worth shit. The Atlanta Roberts can't cover worth shit. Jeremy Chin, I like him, but we're not going to ask him multiple times to do all this and that, right? Like we need him. We probably need him more primarily down in the box. I like Isaiah Palomal, but I don't think his natural position is the free roaming safety either. I think he's got to work to get himself to a degree. So I think we might need a third one to come out here and to cover and to be an actual cover, like a pure cover safety. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I think you could definitely address safety for sure. It is going to be interesting to see what we do at linebacker, though. Hopefully, we can try to get a linebacker that can have some upside when it comes to coverage. But I don't know. I'm one safety I am kind of looking at is the one from Ohio State. I'm pretty bad with names, but I think it's Latham Ransom.
Latham.
I like him.
Say, it's not Caleb Downs. It can't be Caleb Downs.
Nah, but
he's nice.
But yeah, I mean,
he's nice. I do like him. You watch your boy from Notre Dame. I know I like him. I like his ass a lot. Xavier Watts is cool. Hey, my boy East Coast, man, he got me on this dude, bro. Makuba from Texas. That motherfucker's nice too, bro. Like there's some safeties in this draft that we be able to get, bro. Obviously, the number 1, which is Malachi Starks from Georgia, but we don't need Malachi, so he's off the table for us in that point. So we starting to look at some other things. But I do like Latham.
Yeah. How's the free agency class looking right now for safety, though? I don't know if there's a guy we can maybe target.
It's still overall our needs. That'd be tough because we got so many goddamn holes to fill. Where it's like taking a safety, does it make sense to take it here, right? Like if you can get obviously you're going to get a running back in the first 3 rounds, so you can't fuck around with that, right? So you need a running back there. You need a receiver. Do you take a safety before a receiver, before a guard, before a linebacker? Like that comes to question.
Yeah, for sure.
My guy, Sin R2D2 says, we gonna lose our minds trying to get a slot nickel in this draft. Maybe we should just run a dime set. Starting to feel that way, bro, because it's there's only one dude right now that I look at like this motherfucker can play slot for real and start day one, and that's Barron. Other than that, I don't see too many. You feel me? Not slot corners. I see a lot of outside corners, not slot dudes. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that, bro. We might be that might be a position we're gonna have to address next year. No cap.
Yeah. What about a guy like Will Johnson though? You think he'll be a guy that can move, like travel, or does you think he's primarily gonna be like a boundary guy, stay on one side of the field, sort of like shut,
I asked him Tape Don't Lie dudes that same question, bro. I asked him Tape Don't Lie dudes that same question. And the answer that I got from them and the answer that I get from most people is like he can, but you don't want to ask him to do that primarily. Like he's probably gonna make his money on the outside, which I like looking at what he does, bro. Like I think he's outside corner for sure. So it's like if you take him at 6, say we take him at 6, what do you do with the other dudes? Right? Like what are we gonna do with the rest of the room? Is it like Jacorian, like your ass out? It is what it is, or Jack Jones is ass out, or like what do we do? I for damn sure don't want to see DeCamerion Richardson on the field no more. I'll tell you that right now. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. So I was wrong about Jacorian Bennett, and I understand that. But DeCamerion Richardson, dog, I saw Quentin Johnston get damn near 200 yards. Sorry. That's a hard image to shake, man. Johnston is ass. He's terrible. I think we can all say that right now. Quinton Johnston is booty. So the fact that he got almost 200 yards on this man, and he was primarily covering him man to man, and that's what the fuck you do? Oh, yeah, dog. No. I have no confidence in that. So it's like, yeah, I like it. I feel like we would lack a slot, even if we took Will, but we at least got a number 1 corner. So at least there's that, right? Like I think for sure there's no question if you get him, like everybody else is 2 and 3 and 4 down the depth chart for sure.
Yeah. And like Jacorian Bennett, I think I really like Jacorian Bennett, but like if he was our cornerback too, like yo, that's a stacked defensive back room right there.
And I do like that because if he's our 2, what he did last year, bro, like he completely shut my ass all the way up because I was like, I don't know, but he shut my ass up. He did his thing, bro. So if he's our 2, like you said, bro, I think that does make it nasty. But I can't get over the fact of maybe getting a Mason Graham and saying like we don't care who's DBs at that point. Like we really don't give a damn who's playing corner if you got Mason Graham on that D line and we perform the way we think we're gonna perform. You know what I mean? Like you said, Quint's coming back, all these guys coming back. There should be no way, bro. We're not a top 10, top 5 defensive line. I don't see where we can't be like that. I just don't see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, if you got an elite defensive line, I mean, it's just going to make your defensive backs and linebackers look better what they truly are, So,
exactly. So you get a guy like a Landon Roberts, who we know is not as good as Spillane, but he comes downhill and he's going to thump. If you get a D-line, to open that shit up to where he can just do what he does best, and Devin White do what he does best is like blitz the quarterback, bullshit, we might have something. It's just the coverage, bro. It's just if the quarterback got more than 3 seconds, it seems like we're fucked at this point. That's just what it seems. Yeah. So we got to get right. We got to get right, bro. But hey, man, Jay, I already know, man. You want to go ahead and go through the chat before we get on out of here, man. Before we do our thing.
Oh yeah. Definitely got to go through the chat. Hey, appreciate everyone tapping in. Make sure you guys go ahead and put in your questions. We're gonna go ahead and take a few questions before we get go ahead and get up out of here for sure. Let's see here.
Man, I've said this for a while, but Lewis just said it right now. But what Walt say? Mason Graham going 5?
5, yeah.
I've said this for a while too, bro. And I think it's very, you got to do it now. And I even said it 2 years ago, bro. You got to get an edge. At some point in this draft, you have to draft an edge player because you do not know what's going to go down with Malcolm Kuntz. You don't know if he's going to be get to the level if he was, and you don't know if he's going to get to that point, or let's say he exceeds what he did 2 years ago. Well, that man's price range done quadrupled. So now he might even price himself out of what we want to give him this next offseason, maybe. So you just got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for whatever you do with that edge position.
Yeah. Our guy center. Travis Hunter would be a good pick for the Raiders. Yeah, brother. I don't see him being there though. That would be a very hopeful. That would be awesome. That would be sweet if he does land to us at 6. But realistically, I don't think that happens.
Ain't no goddamn way he gets to us at 6, bro. There's no way, bro. That's 2 straight years we get a player we have no business getting if that man falls to us at 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bro, imagine a crazy situation where he fell to us and then Shador starts to fall in the draft a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe lets it be known like, nah, I'm not going to Pittsburgh or whatever. Maybe he could fall the second round, but
you would probably have to go get him.
Not gonna happen, but
yeah, you probably have to go get him. But if we were to pull like I think what you're saying, what the Texans did a couple years ago with Will Anderson and CJ Stroud, maybe not to that degree because they went 2 and 3, but if we'd have did that, bro, I'll tell you right now, I'm jumping for joy. I don't care. I don't give about no negative comments coming on here talking no shit. I don't care about none of that, bro. This is gonna be the most positive Raiders channel ever.
Yeah, and that definitely could happen. You can definitely see the Raiders potentially, trading back into the first to go ahead and get Shador if he's falling that way down, that far down.
This is where it gets tricky because if you trade back, it's a better possibility for you to trade back up into the first round because you got that extra capital. But if you don't trade back, now you're stuck where you're at. It kind of draft gets a little bit more interesting at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Yes, our guy center. I believe one of those teams
top 5,
is gonna draft that bad. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think
somebody's gonna fuck up this draft. Mm-hmm.
I really do think one of them teams before us in that top 5 is gonna do something stupid. I really do. I think they're gonna do something dumb, and we're gonna be able to capitalize off that. Now, what that means, we don't know. But say if the Patriots took Ashton Jeanty, that categorizes to me as dumb shit. For them, bro, that's stupid. I don't know why you would do that. You need an offensive line. And then you continue to build that way, bro. Because you already got the quarterback. It is what it is. You can fuck around and get a running back some other time. Because Drake going to be there for the foreseeable future. So go ahead, protect Drake, bro. But if they took Jeanty, I'd be bro, I'm going to be on this motherfucker so happy, dog. I'd be so happy. Jumping for joy. Because then that means somebody done fail. Somebody done fail that's not supposed to fall.
Yeah. Our guy Walt. We need a guard or a corner or a wide receiver over an edge. Number 38. So you're talking about
that's the second round, bro. There's still 5 more rounds in the draft that you can get an edge. There's still, and I guarantee you, nobody think about that now until next year when Malcolm Kuntz wants damn near $30-something million. Then all of y'all are like, oh my God, why does he want so much money? Why didn't we get it? It's so funny how Raider fans be, bro, because we literally we'll talk about what's going to happen a year before it happens and ignore it. We just be like, oh, it doesn't matter. That's not going to happen to us. That'd be like the kid, where he sees somebody fall and break their leg because they jumped off some shit. He's like, that ain't going to happen to me. Watch, I'll do it. Jump and break his fucking leg. And all of a sudden, we're surprised that he broke his leg. Bro, we told you. We told you a year ago that this shit was going to happen. And yet now we're surprised. So it's like, I think, bro, we don't be planning ahead for the future. We just be looking at the right now and thinking like that's the end all be all.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Our guy Luis. I agree they should pencil an edge as one of their draft positions. It's just too deep to pass up. And Malcolm can walk. Malcolm can limp. Malcolm needs help definitely. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, bro. I mean, just adding to the rotation. I don't think people understand, bro. A D line, it does not matter how many motherfuckers I have, bro. They can all play. Like all of my D line can get in there in the rotation at some point. I don't have to just stick to the same 4 guys or 5 guys and say like, oh, that's it. Like, hell nah. If I got 7, shit, 7 of them gonna play. That's how it's gonna be.
Yeah. Not mad at that. Let's see. I don't know. Walt's asking about ignoring the second round. I don't know how we're ignoring the second round.
Can't talk about the second round until we know what we did in the first. Because then at that point, bro, then it falls. And then we don't even know how the board's gonna fall. So we can say all this and that, like, oh yeah, I want
have our
Jaden
favorites
Higgins
on the big board.
Yeah, I want Jaden Higgins in the second round, and the motherfucker takes Jaden Higgins. What pick are we in the second round? 38, right? He said 38. Somebody take Jaden.
We're actually 37.
Somebody take Jaden Higgins at 34. Now we sitting there like, oh, we look stupid. Now we look dumb, bro. Like, nah, you got to be open. We don't know how it's going to go. We have zero idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, talking about 38 though, like in a scenario like if Jackson Dart fell to 38,
then you
would
do
you
that.
guys consider him?
Hell yeah, no doubts. That's if you did take Jeanty in the first, and then Jackson Dart was there at 37. It eases the blow. It eases the blow, right? But Jackson Dart getting to 37 would be a dream. I just don't think he's gonna get there. That's the whole reason I haven't even talked about him getting to the second round, bro, because I don't think that shit's a possibility at all. He's probably gonna get taken in the teens, 20s, probably. I don't know about Pittsburgh getting him, but maybe Pittsburgh gets his ass at that point. But I could see it. You know what I mean? I don't see him going to where we're at it too, just from what he's done in this offseason, dog. Everybody's talking about they're even talking about him like he's better than Shedeur at this point. I've seen some people say that. So
yeah, well, I heard that too.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna go up there. He's gonna be up there.
Somebody's gonna overreach, and that's fine. We said Spytek has come out and said that, you know what, we're gonna make intelligent choices. We're not gonna overreach on players, and because there's instances where we said it before plenty of times, like if we went ahead and gotten this dude, we could have gotten this dude, right? And that's exactly how he put it. So the choices that these guys are going to make are going to be smart. You got three heads. They're going to be in that room alongside a bunch of scouts at headquarters. They're going to be dialed in during each pick of the draft. They're going to go ahead and make the decisions accordingly, So I'm not worried about how they're going to go ahead and pick. I just know that there's certain positions that I hope gets addressed. So obviously the quarterback, running back, receiver, linebacker position. We talked about grabbing safety, get a guard as well. I almost forgot about that, but picking up a guard. I think we just need one guard to go ahead and really solidify that front line.
Yeah, for sure. Just get the front line right, bro. Get the front line right. I think we can definitely do that, bro. Get the front line right.
Yeah.
We got to go ahead and get the O line right. We got to go ahead and get the D line right, bro. Continue to do that. Continue to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Our guy Luis, what if Pete Carroll wants that second round pick for a corner, or Chick Kelly wants to start, or Henderson? We don't know any of that at all.
That's true. See what Lewis is saying is 100% correct, bro. Because they could be having these conversations right now. Like, we don't know what Pete likes, right? Pete might like a corner. We don't know what John likes, right? John might like something else at that point. But it all depends on how it falls in the first round and what we grab, right? Because then at that point, after the first night of the draft, we could talk about the second round all day long and where we gonna go and who looks likely and what's the best fit. But it's all speculation right now because we don't know how this shit gonna fall, who gonna get picked, or whatever the case.
Yeah. Let's see here. I had one from John. John Q. Max and company should be allowing DBs to play close and jump routes. Mahomes and old ass Kelsey should only have 2 seconds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Especially we get Mason Graham.
That's gonna be.
He definitely ain't got that much time, bro. I mean, that's my whole thing, bro. I'm tired of looking at Patrick sit back there and pat the ball, man. I'm ready to go get his ass at this point.
Yeah, make him, and we see what happens when he has to go ahead and react under pressure, right? Yeah, he can run and extend the play, but I mean, how many times is he really going to do that? If we can have him do that the whole game, can definitely change the outcome of it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Like that Christmas Day matchup, 2023, we put the blueprint out there. That's how you. He's
Every
running
single
for his
time,
life all
bro.
day long. Yeah.
Every single time I've seen him get embarrassed, like he's running for his life. You know what I mean? And usually it's not really like his fault, but it's the Tampa Bay, us, the Eagles. Like it's always they're getting after his ass, bro. And like he always, you know, he does that hero ball shit that he does. I always say it all the time, bro. When Patrick feel like they getting behind or whatever the case, bro, he about to start throwing that shit up. That's all he does, bro.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's all he does.
Yeah. What do you guys? What do you guys think about Kansas City? Like, you think they're still like their dynasty's like towards the back end, or you think they're still gonna keep on, marching?
They don't have no, bro. Like, there's only so much you could put on 15 shoulders, bro. Like, there's only so much.
Oh.
They don't have a good running back. They can get one. Their receivers are ass. I ain't gonna cap to you. I mean, their receivers don't put no fear into me. The only one that's like okay is like Rashee Rice. Like that's the only one that's like okay. Travis is towards the end, so I'm not really tripping off that. And they continue to not address that offensive line correctly. I don't know what the fuck Andy and them are seeing or what they're not looking at, but if they're gonna continue to do what they're doing with this offensive line, bro, it's gonna be, they'll do their thing in the regular season because Patrick is Patrick. Like I look at Patrick, like how you be looking at some of them NBA players like LeBron and all them. Like they gonna get 30 points. Like it's just how it is, bro. The motherfuckers gonna make a play, but just limit how much you can do that. I think they close to the end to me, bro. They get close.
Yeah, we're starting to see that's the subtle decline of them. I think they've plateaued, and we're gonna start to see the decline of the Chiefs. Just because I haven't seen really they made anything offensive move as far as like getting out a receiver or getting a running back. So maybe they do something in the draft, but yeah.
Also, they've done really well in the draft.
That's the thing.
That's one of them. That's key for any team, man. If you can do well in the draft, like you said, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, they got a lot of star players that are going to take up a big chunk of the cap salary. So if they can continue to draft well, then they're going to, still continue to dominate.
Defense, bro. It's that defense. That's what it is. It's that fucking defense, bro.
Spags, bro. He's a defensive mastermind, bro. Like, their coaching is really good.
It's gonna be a fun matchup this year, though, because Chip versus Spags. I like that. I'm at least confident in the coaching that we have going into these games, right? Where it's like before, I was like, oh shit, we probably gonna get out coached. If it's out of 5 times, we probably gonna get out coached 3 of them. For real. I ain't gonna lie. But going into it now, I'm pretty confident now. Now you got Andy and Pete. Now we got Chip going against like you said, our guy over there in Kansas City, bro. I really like that. I think we'll be able to do something with that. I'm gonna tell you what, the team that I think has improved the most in our division is Denver, bro. I think Denver fucked around and closed a little gap. I ain't gonna lie.
Trey Greenlaw.
Yeah, bro. That shit right there, man. And because out of the division, right? If you just look at it, bro, we play the Chiefs well. I don't really worry about the Chargers because I feel like we can beat the Chargers, and there's something about them that never really strikes fear into me. They be soft to me. The Broncos is the one that fucking it go either way, dog. I really don't know, like sometimes how to categorize how we be playing them sometimes, and they kind of know how to get at us a little bit to a degree too. So the fact they just got Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, they got their quarterback already. We're gonna have to probably fuck with them for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We're probably gonna have to get with them for a little bit. The Chargers don't really do nothing to me. They don't really strike no fear into me. I don't know why.
No, I mean we've come close to beating them. I mean, last year was last year. I think this is gonna be a different turnout. But let me ask you guys, since we're on the topic of division, how do you guys see us playing in the division? How do you feel like our record's going to turn out? Are we going to split the division? Are we going to be able to get like 1 or 2 wins in the division, or are we going to like knock it out of the park?
Real quick, hey man, shout out Dre for this, man, because this is nasty work. Trey Lance getting paid more than all 3 of them players combined. That's wild.
Cool.
Trey Lance getting paid more than Devin White, Landon Roberts, and Eric Stokes.
Damn.
I don't know why. The Chargers got him, didn't they? I think the Chargers. The Chargers just got Trey Lance. I don't know why, but we'll see, man. But Alex, man, how you feel about the division, bro? Where are we stacking in the division so far?
I mean, I don't know. It's tough for sure because you brought up Denver. They definitely look like a better team on paper. Now, the only thing I wasn't super high on Bo Nix coming out, but maybe going into year 2, you get more tape on him. Maybe you see a little bit of a sophomore slump. That's something that we can maybe hope on. Look, Kansas City, as long as Mahomes is still there, Andy Reid's still there, Spags is there. I still think they're gonna. Until you top them, they're gonna be the first in the division.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of see us fighting with the Chargers for that third place spot. Yeah.
I agree. This year, I agree. I think, and then to end it out, I think this is where most of Raider fans' conversations and everything lies on what I'm about to say. The expectation of what you think the team should do this year or whatever it is, right? Like, I feel like that's where most arguments come. Like, for me, I'm not expecting the playoffs this year like that. I mean, I would like to get close. That would be nice. But I'm expecting maybe like 7 to 8 wins. But that's better than 4. So at that point, we're building, right? And then next year, we can talk about the playoffs. In 2027, we talking about competing and shit like that and going in and doing all these things. So my question for you, Alex, is like, what's your expectation going into this year? Are you one of those that's like, nah, Pete's here. We going to the playoffs, baby? Or are you like, hey, slow build. Let's see it build up the right way first and then get in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you bring up a good point, the expectation part. I don't know, man. I just feel like all the moves we're making, like all these moves are like for flexibility in the long term. I mean, we had a lot of cap space, but we're not investing in a lot of these 1-year contracts. Yeah, I think more than anything, this year is going to be like a, quote unquote transition year.
Yes.
Probably like, kind of like you said, maybe 7, 8 wins, which, I would be happy with it. That's kind of what I see at this point. Now, who knows? Maybe if they can hit and knock it out of the park in the draft, maybe they could fight for a playoff spot. That's kind of how I'm seeing it at this point. So, but all the moves that Spytech is making to me kind of seems that maybe in a year from now, we'll still have a little bit more money freed up. Maybe that's when we get more aggressive. Put more of our chips on the table and free agency, or maybe in the draft. I mean, 2026, the draft class is supposed to be a lot better, so maybe we could get aggressive. But the only thing that kind of scares me, though, is if we're going to be like an 8-win team, I mean, that's going to put us like kind of like in the position we've always been. Maybe like 13th, 14th in the draft. Now we're more likely to be right outside the range for, the top quarterbacks. And that's the thing with Raider Nation, I feel like, too. I mean, we want a quarterback, but then we never want to trade up for a quarterback, but then we don't want to tank. So it's like
what are we gonna do, bro? Like, what are we gonna do? And this is why Jay and I have continuously said, if Shedeur is there, you take him, because there is no guarantee that next year you're gonna be in the position to even get no quarterback next year. Ain't no guarantee, and we need one in the next 1 to 2 years. So, and that's. I mean, I don't know how you feel. This is another conversation, and everybody talks about the quarterback class is better next year than it is this year. Jury's still out for me on that. I don't know about that. But like you said, bro, more expectation. I do see us maybe fighting for a playoff spot going in. I mean, but how do you feel? How do you feel, Jay, going into this season? You feel like it's playoff time this year, or where are you at?
No, I don't feel it's playoff time. I feel that it's still we're still building. We're probably going to go realistically 7-10, and if we do good, maybe a 9-8 type of season, we might fuck around and be able to get into a wild card spot. But realistically, 7-10, we're going to win more games. That's for sure than we did this past season, 100%. But to have that expectation, or we're gonna go deep in the playoffs, or we're gonna make playoffs this year, we're hitting 10-7. I don't think it's something that we should go ahead and put our hopes on. because we've done that before. We're like, this is going to be our year. We're going to go ahead and go deep. We're going to have a great season. And then, we have those shitty seasons, right? Or we have a mid-season. We got to curb our expectations. This is year one for Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, John Spytek. They're doing what needs to be done to try to assemble a team together, a competitive team, but not a contender team yet.
Yes.
Right. There's a difference between those two words, competitive and contender, right? You're being competitive because you want to go ahead and be you want to go ahead and try out and win games in your division and the rest of the league. But being a contender where you're going to go out and make a statement, go deep in the playoffs, that's a different story. We're talking about a whole different other thing. And that's where you see those, those free agencies where we're going out and getting big name guys, right? Because we're a few pieces away of being a contender.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna go down.
And that's, of course, Jack, that's what you would like to do. We just projecting kind of what we're seeing right now and kind of just saying like, this is what we're expecting from the build, right? From the Pete Carroll regime. We're not putting that expectation year one from the regime because that's how a lot of us fans start saying, well, after 2 months in the season, oh, he's got to get fired. Fire this motherfucker. Because we're all expecting this man to have like maybe 11 wins or whatever the case. Like, look, I don't know how old you are, Alex, but I Jay around the same age group as me, bro. I've seen one playoff appearance in my lifetime. One. I done had a son in this goddamn time frame. I done did all these. I done graduated college. All this shit. Bro, I have not seen one, dog. And I haven't even hit my 30s. And we've been in the playoff once. So for me, building to it and getting to a sustainable winner is more important to me than seeing one good season of success. That shit's more important to me, bro, because I'm not trying to be in my 40s and 50s. And now all of a sudden, we the motherfuckers older talking about, we ain't seen them win since 2016 and it's 2050. Like, bro, come on, dog. Like, we can't do that, bro. So I mean, I don't know how old you are, Alex, but how much success have you seen with the Raiders in your lifetime?
I've seen 2 playoff appearances, 0 playoff wins. So it's rough for us young Raiders fans. Like,
hell yeah.
Like the OGs in the nation, respect to them, and like, but at the bare minimum, bro, they've seen like legitimate success. They've seen, us.
That's what I'm saying.
We lost in the Super Bowl, but they seen a Super Bowl appearance.
I see the Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, bro. They selfish.
Yeah, some of them saw us win Super Bowls. I mean, just in general, they saw like a competitive team year in and year out most of the time. Us, bro, it's been, man, it's tough, man.
We had 1 year, bro. We had 1 year. That 2016 year is the only year we can hang our hats on and say like, that was pretty good. Jay, bro, how many playoff wins and appearances have you seen?
I think like 4. I appreciate you, bro. Thinking I'm like your age. I'm a little older, but I saw 2001, that divisional game, obviously with the Pats, and then the Super Bowl run, 2003, then 2016, and then up until 2021. So it's still a handful of times, man. We really haven't gone and really made a lot of noise since the early 2000s, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping we see that next year. I'm very excited to see what we build this year, getting ready for next year. Hey, really quick, let's go. My guy, God Family on Raiders with the $5 holla.
Man, thank you, man.
Yeah, 2026 salary cap, 139 million, 140 million, let's call it. Top 51, 140 million, cap space, 155 million. Offense, 27 million. Defense, 112. Special 0, freeing up 44 million.
Yeah. We got some bread next year, bro. Like Alex said, like it seems like, it's a lot of 1-year deals. They're trying to allocate a lot of that bread for future deals to make sure, because not only the draft class next year will be better, but the free agent class will be better next year. I think most people had to understand that this year. I mean, even months before free agency started, a lot of us said, like, this free agency is not all that good. There's mid-tier people in this free agency that's probably going to get paid a little bit more than they should. And that's exactly what happened, right? So next year, when the free agency should be better, now all that money that we was talking about spending, we can spend now and do it at a better level.
Yeah, definitely. Again, our guy, God Family and Raiders, $2 special. 2026 will be our year with that cap space. Yep,
I agree. My man El Maddox said, "Be thankful you didn't see, us get beat 51-3 from the Bills. At least that was a playoff game. Yeah. I didn't see us get our ass whooped 50-something in a regular season game. So
yeah, I'm about to say the Rams beat us like 52-0 at one point. Like,
yeah, bro. Like
I've seen some terrible games too.
My God, bro, I could just run down the list of disappointment that I've had. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some of them shits ain't even fucking for playoff games, dog. It's just certain games come to mind, and I'm just like, dog, you can.
Bro,
we would have been like,
games that,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've seen games that I'm on West Coast time, but like,
me too. Same.
Those 10 a.m. games. I've seen games that the game starts at 10 a.m. and I literally looked at my clock, 10:20 a.m. The game was over. Like I was like, bro, this shit lasted 20 minutes.
Damn, I was gonna stop it.
He's not lying, dog. There be times, dog, you watch the game as a Raider fan, you can tell 15 minutes in, yeah, we not coming to play today. It ain't our day today, and that's the shitty part. As a fan, when we can watch our team, and majority of us watch the first 15 minutes, first quarter, and we're like, we're probably gonna lose today. That's a fucking shame, bro. It's a shame.
Yeah.
That Saints game, we didn't cross midfield. Jesus Christ, bro. On and on. Falcons game that Jacobs got that damn flag in for unnecessary roughness for no reason. That's bro. The list goes on and on with the amount of disappointment. Baker Mayfield coming off the street to whoop our ass. Like, God damn, bro.
Oh my God.
It goes on and on, man. It goes on and on.
Really quick, I'm gonna share this real quick. Something that our guy LV Raider 10 sent. Shout out to him. Him and Leo are doing modeling for Raiders Against the World.
No,
but he said this real quick. So the Raiders had held private workouts with the following players: Luther Burden out of Missouri, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Cam Miller, Caleb Johnson, Jeanty, Jalen Noel, Charles Grant, Will Campbell, Caleb Rogers, Jalen Walker, Eddie Buchanan, Odelejo out of UCLA, Zach Frazier, Benjamin Morrison, Will Johnson. There you go, Red Alex.
2 safeties in the back too.
Yeah, Makai Starks, and then Nick Emanuori, which is a name y'all should be definitely looking out for because
2 safeties in the back.
That kid blew up the combine with his 40. He just
very interesting, bro. I've Quinn Ewers, bro. Take that off the list immediately. I hope we don't even for real look at that. I think Quinn is bad, bro. I don't like Quinn at all. And I saw him at his pro day throwing them goddamn ducks. I'm not with that at all. Milroe, like you, bro, we talked about it already. Milroe, you can work with. A lot of defensive guys on there, man. A lot of defense. I like Jalen Noel on there, though. I like Jalen Noel being on there. That's nice. What other receiver? There's no other receivers on there?
No. Burden. That's it.
Burden just Burden
and Noel.
Just Burden and Noel. That's interesting.
Right now.
That's interesting. I don't know.
It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they held private workouts, right?
No, it don't mean nothing, but the frame of receiver they are, right? And kind of what Alex said earlier was like, if you take them dudes, they got the same kind of frame as Trey Tucker. So it's like, what are you doing in that regard? Is this coaching staff taking a guy that they like skill set better wise than Trey and, pushing him to the side, or like, what would we be doing there?
Yeah.
A lot of trenches, though. I do like the trenches in that motherfucker, though.
Yeah, a lot of trenches.
A lot of trenches.
Yeah, you got tackles.
But man, hey, as always, bro, we gonna see what they do. We see what they do as it comes, bro. But we appreciate our guest for showing up as he did, bro. He rocking with us, man. Getting rowdy on this Saturday morning as we do. But anything that you got planned out for the rest of the week or whatever the case, some of your content, Alex, that people can look at, or Jay got something you want to
add? Yeah. Really quick before it still falls in line to that. Really, I like to go ahead and ask our guests that come through. Good Morning Raiders is that tell us about when did you become a Raider fan? What got you into content creating? How long you've been doing it for? And then what you have going on as well.
Yeah, so how I became a Raiders fan, I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, I always had an uncle that was a Raiders fan, but I wouldn't say he was like the reason I became a Raiders fan. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I live out here in Oregon. You know, we don't got an NFL team, and I don't know. It was just one of those things, man. Like as soon as I saw the shield, I saw the autumn win and everything. I was like, yo, I can't root for no other team than the Raiders. So. And when it comes to content creator, I mean, I've been doing this for what, like, and it's been like 3 years already. So yeah, just time goes by fast, man, and just I mean, I guess we'll see what the news and everything is gonna be. Hopefully, maybe towards once we get closer to the draft, maybe do a little bit more film breakdown. I mean, for sure, after we draft whoever we draft, I'm gonna do some film breakdown on them, but yeah, man, that's essentially how I became a fan.
Say less, bro. So no lives really like that. It's more videos and edited videos and content like that, right?
Yeah, most of my videos are like that. I have gone live in the past, but I need to be more consistent with it. Yeah, do that a little bit more. So I definitely do plan on going live before the draft at some point, and then definitely after the draft as well. There'll be a lot of things to talk about. So yeah, man, that's in a nutshell. That's Raider Alex.
Hey man, and so you got to be you a Ducks fan, no? You got to be a Ducks fan.
Oh hell no, bro.
No, who you with?
Unfortunately, I'm an Oregon State fan. So yeah.
Damn, hey.
I'm the little rival.
Damn.
Of Oregon Ducks.
Flip the script on everybody.
That's like you coming to LA. You a Lakers fan, right? No, I'm a Clippers fan. Like what? Why? Why? Nah, hey man, but I feel you though. I feel you. Hey, y'all had a tough one this year, man. Tough season. Tough season.
Yeah, man.
Y'all gotta get a better quarterback, bro. You gotta get a better quarterback. That's what it is.
For sure.
Hey man, but as always, we appreciate you, bro. For real, thank you for coming over here and doing your content like you do, bro. Because I know the nation appreciates your content for sure, man. So everybody, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him, man, and show him some love, bro. Because he definitely be putting in that work, 100%.
Yeah, make sure you guys head over to our descriptions down below. His channels are all plugged in. Make sure you just click on that link and it'll take you to his page and hit that subscribe button for him, for sure. Definitely, we got to have you back, brother. We're probably gonna be live during the draft, so we could definitely have you come on out, man, and do the damn thing with us for sure.
For sure, just hit me up.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Make sure everybody tapping in the Jay channel. Make sure everybody keeping the notifications on. Jay, what you got? You got something after this? The solo wise after this?
I just on Monday, I got the afternoon show, Raiders Unleashed. Every damn Monday night at 5 p.m. So I took the slot before you guys. Hey, it worked out pretty good on Monday. So I'm gonna keep rolling with it. It seems to work out pretty well. I got more energy because, man, I mean, you're dealing with one kid. I got two to deal with. And they suck.
And I'm tired, so I can only imagine what you be. I can only imagine what you be doing, bro. Trust me, I already know.
I'm on 2 hours of sleep right now, so I'm about to hit the sack right now as soon as we're done.
I already know it, bro. Get up in there, man.
I got the cup of coffee, and I'm
you need a nap, man. You talking about 2 hours? You feel what I'm saying? Make sure everybody, hey, send my boy Jay some super chats or something, man. You see over there dealing with the chilling, man. Make sure you guys help him out over there, man.
Hey, if you want to become a member, got the link pinned up top. Make sure you guys head on over. I'm gonna put out some quality content for my members too. So we're doing the damn thing. We're gonna be doing the lives, special videos, all that good stuff. That's gonna be coming through for the members as well. We'll chop it up definitely 100%. But I got that on Monday going on at 5 p.m. And then our Wednesday show, the Raider Connection, every damn Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. That is a panel show. That's with Cheeto Linus, LB Rated 10, and our guy Jeff New England Raider booster. So if you're looking for different opinions, different takes, make sure you tap into our show every damn Wednesday. Cheetah will be back with us. I hope he got his bobblehead because I saw him in line, man. He better not have wasted that one day off, not to get a bobblehead for sure. But tell him what you got going on, Run.
Far as me, man, tomorrow, make sure you keep your notifications on because I'm feeling spicy and I'm ready to make people mad. I got my 2025 NFL running back rankings tomorrow. So I got top 10, right? I'm doing my top 10, man. So if you want to come on and be mad, or you want to come on and just see what I got going on, I got some surprises in there, man, that might shock some people. I'm gonna just let y'all know right now, Jeanty is one. So before y'all come on here bitching and crying, all right? Not some people in the goddamn comments was gonna be like, "Oh, I already know what he's doing." No, Jeanty's one. So I'm gonna give y'all that right now. But the rest is some surprises. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys tune in for that. Tuesday I'm with Cheeto. No, Thursday I'm with Cheeto now. State of the Nation, bro. And other than that, bro, they know me. I keep it random, bro. So keep your notifications on whenever I feel like. Yeah, bro. Whenever I feel like there's something that needs to be talked about, bro, my live is going. So y'all already know what time it is, man.
Same here. Make sure you turn on notifications. Stay in the know because as news drops, we go on. You don't want to be left out in the dark. And then you having to go ahead and wait until the next day. You're like, damn, what happened, man? I just took the day off. I slept all day. There you go. Could have got that notification. You could have known something happening for sure. There you go. Hey, really quick, we do have make sure you guys tap into next Saturday, our Good Morning Raiders show, 10 a.m. Pacific. I will have this intro fixed. It didn't fit into the regular, so I gotta cut it down a little bit.
We said we was workshopping it, bro. That's all they know.
It's a rough draft. That's gonna change. But I'm gonna play it right now on the way out. But next week's guest is gonna be our guy, Pharaoh. From the show. He's gonna be on. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be on and profit, man. I'm ecstatic that he's gonna be on.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
So
bro.
Make sure you guys tap in for that. He's gonna be on with us next Saturday morning for sure, and we're gonna keep bringing them guests, y'all. So make sure you guys are tapping into both shows. Subscribe. We bringing that quality rated content for sure, 100%. All right, but we about to head up out of here. We appreciate everyone stopping in, joining us this Saturday morning.
Stay safe on this weekend. Stay medicated. Y'all know what it is, man. Much love to everybody, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Till next time, Raider Nation. Peace. Later. I'm gonna play this on the way out. There we go.
Let's go, man.